Finding those levels, too. Look at that four-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meeting them with a straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown score with the left hand.
Right now, we need to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Just Due.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
What's good? Salute to the family. How y'all feeling on this beautiful Thursday, man? Back to build on this boxing for a bit. Give it its just due. I want to send a special shout out to my baby girl. Happy 16th birthday to my baby girl, KYLA. You know, 16 going on 26. Shout out to everybody, man. Double tap the screen. We going vertical today, man. Hit the like button for your boys. Support the build. We going to talk about it. This is day 2 of the Jake versus Tank saga, man. They still crashing out, y'all. They still losing their minds. And we got all this boxing going on, man. They still losing their minds, man. But we going to talk about it, man, because it's a lot surrounding that topic, man. There's some fights that people was looking forward to having. You get what I'm saying? That was gonna be on that card had it come to fruition. But now, you know, that's water under the bridge, and now you just gotta move full speed ahead. You just gotta move ahead, and you know, I think at the end of the day, guys are gonna do what makes sense to them, and that's what's going on now. You know what I mean? Guys are out there making their money. I'm seeing a lot of people justifying it. And I don't really think you got to justify it unless you've been pushing narratives. You know what I mean? We can't control who these guys fighting and who they decide to, you know, go chase and make money with and do business with. But I will say that this is a bit shocking simply because like, you know, he had a big change of heart, man. He had a change of heart. And I think, you know, we don't consider that a lot of times in boxing. We just expect guys to do, you know, what they said, right? And I know that sounds crazy, but sometimes the shit that they say is not what they do. And we seeing that right now with this situation. But I don't think nobody should be tripping. I don't think nobody should be losing their mind over it. At the end of the day, you do have a choice. And this is a little bit crazy if you think about it, because they're going to be trying to knock each other out. I don't see it being no other way. I think that's crazy. Like, you get me? Look at the weight disparity. So low key, it might not be ideal, but just think about the weight that he giving up. Height, weight, reach. That's going to be like a circus fight. You get me? That's crazy. Like, and you know, according to Tim Bradley said, look, it could go bad for Tank out there. It could go bad, man. He said Tank could end up getting knocked out. So they could end up needing the doctors out there, man. We're gonna talk about it. Let me say what's up to the fam. Double tap the screen, y'all. If you're new in the building, sub to the channel. We're gonna talk about this, man. And if y'all want to jump up here and click the link, go to the go to my community post, man. Click the link if y'all want to come up. Shout out to my baby girl, the queen, Miss Jusdu, is in the building. Happy birthday to my baby girl, KYLA. You know, love you, appreciate you, and we gonna have some fun. John, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Ray Patterson, my Jersey brother, in the building. Boys be crying was good. What it said, Blue. Why these dudes hating on our biggest star? I think people love Tank, man. BJ, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? Jordan, my dog, was good. Shout out to John, my guy. Surprised the Tank take the bag and dip. Nah, for real. Fight him, fight a Manny Pacquiao, and then haul ass, bro. I wouldn't be surprised not one bit if that's what he did. You get what I'm saying? Look, yo, I ain't here to make no excuses for nothing, because I don't do content in a way where I got to come up here and make excuses. But I've said this all along. A lot of times when you listen to these fighters, you know, they tell you a lot about themselves if you just shut up and listen. And I said this before. He's been molded and groomed to chase the bag. That's all. You get what I'm saying? That's the life. He's been sold a certain lifestyle, and he's been pursuing that. And fortunately for him, like I said, he hasn't had to go fight the most dangerous guys to make money. That's not everybody's situation. So, you know, there's a bit of comfortability, I think, that settles in when that is the case, when that is in fact the case, when you're able to just go out there and fight your fight and make a ton of money, millions of dollars each and every time out. You get what I'm saying? I think it speaks volumes, man. You know, any of us, think about it. Like, if somebody told you you got two roads that you could travel, both of them at the end of both, you make the same amount of money, but one road is tougher than the other. Which one you gonna choose? Like, don't be fake, be real with yourself. And I'm just giving an example of, like, sometimes when these guys got choices, and when you were Tank Davis, the consensus is he's always had, you know, more difficult opposition out there, but just chose lesser guys. So with that being said, and I'm not here to make a single solitary excuse for nobody, but I'm real, I'm genuine. At the end of the day, if somebody told you both roads you travel, you gonna make the same amount of money when you get to the end, but the one on the right is a lot tougher. It's all types of twists and turns and hoops and loops, and then the one on the left side, it's like a straight shot. It might have a little curve here or there, but nothing you can't handle. Which one you gonna travel? You get what I'm saying? I hope that's making sense to y'all. It's easy to say, oh, nah, man, I'm gonna go down the toughest road with all the twists, the turns, the hoops, and the loops. No, you not. No, you not. No, you not. Especially if you don't have to. Especially if you don't have to. So you just got to be real with yourself. I think that's just what it is when it comes to Tank. I think his career is gonna be what it is, man. He's successful in his own right, man. He gonna be, you know what I'm saying, in his own right. He gonna be all right, bro. At the end of the day, it's just, you know, it comes down to doing what's best for you and your team and being able to make peace with that. Double tap the screen. 79 people in the building. Double tap the screen, man. Sub to the channel if you new. We're gonna build on this. We're gonna have a responsible conversation, but we ain't tearing down Tank Davis, man. We're making that clear. Even though I got every right to crash out because people been crashing out on me. These super duper Tank fans been losing their damn minds, but I'm gonna let them have at it. I'm gonna have a real boxing conversation. This dude, and then you got to think he's with a promotional entity that he's been with his entire career. He's been loyal to them his entire way through. He hasn't had one single reason why he should do anything outside of what he's been doing. But with loyalty, with being loyal comes a price. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's what he's learning right now. And I think this recent situation since Showtime stepped out and Amazon Prime stepped in, we seen a difference and change in the way they do things, man. It seemed like, let's just call it what it is. We're having a genuine conversation. It seemed like the PBC as an entity is having a bit of a struggle to get cars out there with the consistency that they once did once upon a time. And with that being said, I think if you look at, like I said before, his press conference that it was with the Lamont Roach fight, it just didn't look right. His energy was off, sounded like he was disgusted with the business and everything that came with boxing. Sounded like he was tired of the shit. So now, like I said, is it any surprise that he'll take a dip his toe into the circus right now and entertain Jake Paul? Nah, man, it's not. All he did is he stayed down, stayed loyal, and shit changed for him. He always fulfill his end of the bargain. He always get in there. He win. He do the numbers. He break the gates. He bringing in millions. You're raking in millions every time he fight. He ain't lost a single fight, not even a draw. He ain't lost a single fight. Why should things switch for him? Why should his money be different? Why should his press conferences look a certain way? You get me? When they had Canelo over there, was Canelo press conferences looking shady? No. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he a star. That's the monster y'all created. Y'all coined him as the face of boxing. And just like his coaches and his team said, treat him like it. Treat him like it. Because at the end of the day, I'm really for the fighter. I'm always here to understand. And it seemed like a hell of a lot of people don't understand for the life of me why he would even elect or choose to fight a guy like Jake Paul right now, given the climate and the competition that's out there and the scrutiny that he seemed to face coming from it. But I do think this man may have got to a point where he like, bro, no matter what I do, they gonna talk crazy anyway. No matter what I do, you damned if you do, damned if you don't in boxing. It's no move is the right move in boxing. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you can make a move that a whole lot of people will be happy with, but it's always gonna be somebody out there that's gonna have something to say. And that's why I always my stance has always been this. As a fighter, I feel like they're supposed to do the best for them and their teams, man. You can't live through the people. You can't engineer your career based off 100% of what people want. You will never get to where you're trying to get to. You get what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, man, we got a real choice. You can support that shit or don't. You get what I'm saying? We be bugging out. We be looking for reasons and ways to tear these guys down at every decision they make. And it just get toxic. At the end of the day, man, there's so much other boxing going on that who am I to flip out when a guy want to go make a pit stop and say, let me snatch this bag up before shit really get crazy. You get what I'm saying? So it might be a once in a lifetime opportunity for him too. Shout out to Dante's Boxing Talk. What's good, homie? Forever G's. What's good, man? How you feeling? Your Jake told Tank or Tank himself not confident in beating Roach. I feel like he might get Jake fighter. He lost the rematch. I mean, look, there's obviously, it could be some hesitation there. Z, what's good with it, homie? How you feeling to get back in there? A1 Hoop Zone, my brother. What's good with it? It could be some hesitation to get back in there to a degree, right? Maybe you're not in a rush to just jump right back in the fire. But I think when you weigh your options, and I think when you add the legal situation into it, the point in where he's at mentally in his life and in his career, if you see the way the business is going and shit, what once looked like a for sure shot, right? What once looked like the promised land, right? They could do no wrong. Remember, they was always saying he got the best team in boxing, but since then, you've seen that team get quietly decimated, low key, and nobody speaking on it. So maybe, yeah, he got some of the same bodies and people around him, but the same token, it's not the same exact core group of individuals it seemed like it was once upon a time. So I think it just left the way the business was going, the way the climate of boxing was going. I think the point that he's at in his career, like I said, whether it be mentally and or physically, emotionally as well, right? I just think it left the opportunity for him to do something very unorthodox. And maybe this is one of those moves when it's finally over and done with. maybe people might have a better understanding of why he might go ahead and do something like this, right? But like I said, for me, I'm not going to rack my brain too much. I'm not going to trip on it. I'm not going to, I'm not going to overthink it. You know what I'm saying? There's money on the line. Like I said before, all you got to do is simply like put yourself in the shoes of one of these fighters, bro. And you got an opportunity to go out there and make that kind of money. And you're going to get that. You're going to get that bag. You hear me? Y'all going to get that bag. And I know you is. Shout out to Shelton. What's good with it? Sad face. Everyone want to expose Jake. Shit, that's the side that nobody talking about. Yeah, he get a chance to beat Jake. So if you want, y'all was pissed off about Jake, maybe Tank be the one to beat him. You get me? You get me? You know what I'm saying? Maybe Tank go out there and beat his ass and make everybody happy. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? When was Davis ever said I want to be the best? I don't think he ever said it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he ever said it. Y'all double tap the screen, hit that like button, man. We gonna build on this, man. Let's play what Tim Bradley had to say, man. Let's play what Tim Bradley had to say.
Yo, Tim Desert Storm Bradley. Yep, you already know the rest. Well, you know I'm outside. Yeah, I took my snack. I'm out here doing that yard work. Anyways, look, check this out. I'm sitting here, I'm doing this yard work, and I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking a lot about this Tank fight, man, with Jake Paul. Jake think he funny. Jake think he slick. He ain't slick. But I'm here to tell Tank, man, take this fight seriously, man. This dude here to knock you out. He here to knock you out, man. And make, hey, you be the laughing stock of boxing, bro. The laughing stock of the world. If you get knocked out by Jake Paul, Disney boy. Man, look. This is dangerous. This is even more dangerous. This is a lot more dangerous than Shakur fight. You lose to Shakur, you lost to a generational best. It ain't nothing. You lose to Roach, you lost to Roach, a former world champion. Or, shoot, I should say a world champion. But think about this. You lose to Jake Paul, Mickey Mouse. You lose to that guy, Mickey Mouse, my boss. Man, you know how that's gonna look. Do you understand how that's gonna look, bruh? From fighter to fighter, man, we need you to win this fight, man. Win this fight. Or you're gonna need a lot of that money to go, like I told you, go buy yourself an island, because trust me, man. Trust me. Because if you lose this fight, bruh, you know, I know how sensitive you can be. Bruh, I'm telling you, we're going to have some doctors on standby for you. For real, man. Because everybody, and I mean everybody, your fans included, going to turn their back on you, bruh. For real. So, look, you think you playing with fire, bruh. You playing with fire. And when you play with fire, more than likely, you're going to get your behind burned. So, bruh, look, either you're going to be the laughing stock of boxing, bro, or you're going to be the hero by knocking out Jake Paul, bruh. You can be one of the all-time, not the greatest, but I'm just saying, all-time dudes that we going to talk about from here on out, talking about, hey, he the man that dethroned Jake Paul, knocked him flat out. That's what we need. That is what we need. So, if you can promise us promise a knockout, oh, I got your back. We got your back. Anyways, that's my time.
You heard Tim.
And I'm out.
Shout out to Desert Storm, man. He always on it, bro. You leave it to him, he'll never hold his tongue, man. Shout out to everybody. Double tap the screen. We're going to keep building, man. So, look, I do think it's an element of, like, you know, where he takes this very serious. You got to think, regardless of whether they're trying to label it an exhibition or whatever the case, he can't go in there and just get his ass beat and just, you know, lay down and just have it happen to him. He got to go out there and fight his ass off just like he do in any other fight. You got to take it serious, because if you Jake Paul and you got the opportunity to punch a small Gervonta Tank Davis that y'all clearly been going back and forth with, bro, you're going to try to knock his head off if you get the chance to. So if you Jake, man, I think they both gonna take this shit serious, man. I think as a result, man, it's gonna be a spectacle of an event. It really is, man. And we should have known way back when with this.
Who were you gonna call out? What was the plan originally?
I think he was here. He came in my locker room.
Shakur Stevenson?
He wasn't in my locker room.
Jake Paul.
Next question.
Yeah, look. Said Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we should have known that was coming.
So I ain't finished. I go up to be a
I can't. I forgot I got this song again. It's a little K sparring match. I'm telling you, hey Shark, that's what it's gonna be like. I mean, but shit, anything with no headgear, with a 200, with a man that could be weighing close to 200 pounds, is gonna be some danger and risk involved in that. You're not gonna just be able to get in there and coast, play, take it easy. It ain't gonna be a good idea. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he should go out there and approach it like that. You know, he got to go out there and really win. Gotta fight. You get a chance to listen. I think that's the bright side of it, bro. You knock his ass out. Just say if you was the guy to knock him out. Now, yeah, we know Tommy Fury beat him, but Tommy Fury ain't starching. You know, people feel like, you know, Tank feel like Tank can knock out heavyweight. So, you know what I mean? Why Tank won't give Roach a just do? Yeah, sir, saying what it do, man. I think they mad at Roach. They mad at Roach, man. They mad at Roach right now. You get me? You get me, sir? Saying they ain't feeling. They like Roach. Roach looking ungrateful. Roach said he ducking, G. Roach said he ducking, man. Roach like, man, see? Told y'all. Look, he said he ducking smoke, man. But nah, I think he just made a business play on him. He just made a business decision on him, bro. And it unfortunately it leaves him out in the cold. Look, they in the club. They in the club with it. They said Tank ducking. They in the club with it. That's what you're gonna have to deal with right now. But like I said, I think he gonna laugh his way all the way to the bank with this one, y'all. I think he gonna laugh all the way to the bank, and he gonna enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like. He gonna laugh his way to the bank. People gonna complain, but they'll get over it at the end of the day. And big shout out to my homie Big Dog Willie, because he been calling it. He was on it. Bro been saying for weeks, I think months at this point, a couple months straight that this fight was happening, bro. He said it. Said it, Big Dog. Shout out to the homie, man. Appreciate the love in the super chat, man. He said, Jusdueboxing. Salute. He said the promotion for this fight will be insane. I guarantee you there will be a monster truck and midgets involved in the promo. I'm telling you, it's going to be a little bit everything going on in there. I'm telling you. They might as well take advantage of it, have fun with it, like really just sell it. You know what I'm saying? It's here now. Hey, you know what I mean? People got to talking about it. They might as well go ahead and have fun. Shout out to my homie Big Dog Willie. Appreciate you, bro. Roach gave you your bag, Roach. Tank gave you the bag, Roach. Now, see, this is the thing, though. Let's talk about this. Let's build, because we're going to talk about this. I'm going to be here for like a couple hours, man. We're going to build. Double tap the screen for your boys. Support the build. Let's keep building, man. The legend himself. What's good, 2 cents? How you feeling, bro? So, look, man, I'm not in nobody's pockets, but just for conversation purposes, there is this notion out there that somehow, you know, Lamont Roach made this crazy, like, life-changing money. He already told people he had bigger offers on the table, but this opportunity was bigger. You get what I'm saying? And I think right now, with the way things are playing out, it would be wise for him to just, you know, cut his losses. And that's unfortunate. That's to no fault of his own. I think he should cut his losses. And I think what he could look to do now is probably capitalize off of the notoriety that he's gained with a hard fought 12 rounds over Tank Davis, where a lot of people felt like you should have got the nod. So what you do, you go make another meaningful fight for yourself. And like I said, I like the talk between him and Shakur, the back and forth. And I'm about to play a video, shout out to Fight Hype, where Lamont Roach Sr. was talking about a potential fight between the two. I'm telling you, that's the fight to make. KYLA, blessings, family. How you feeling, Brody? Poi, what it do? Tank Sheriff say he'll run it back after the Jake fight instead of leaving him in the dark. Yeah, that's the only thing I think. you know, if he ain't, you know, the fact that they ain't contact him or nothing, I think that was weird, you know. Shout out to my homie Cal Cool. It was good with it, bro. But yeah, man, and again, happy birthday to my baby girl KYLA, man. Make sure she is appreciated, man. If y'all see her pop through, y'all wish the baby girl a happy birthday for me. And we're gonna keep building, y'all. So let's get to this, man. Let's play what Lamont Roach Sr. had to say, man. He did an interview. He talked a little bit. I know y'all speak, but we like to hear this from the horse's mouth too. Stretched Out Boxing, what's good, homie? How you feeling? Shout out to you, my guy. We just gonna build and get to it. Double tap the screen, sub to the channel if you're new. We're gonna keep rolling, bro. We're going vertical today. Do not be alarmed, man. Just a little switch up, bro. Everything is the same. Let's get to this, man. He said, "Yeah, we ain't never letting Loma live it down, Kyle. It's always gonna be his fault, G. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be his fault." So, man, you hear it, Tank. You got Timothy Bradley, like, man, you could get knocked out. You know, this could go bad. So you gotta go out there and punch Jake right in the kisser. Right in the kisser. All right, let's get to this. Let's see what Monroe Sr. had to say, man. The Butcher, what it do? They made
there's a fight that a lot of fight fans kind of seen your son and Shakur kind of had like a verbal agreement, not saying that, hey, that's the next fight, but we would like to fight at some point. You know, granted, you know, these two guys have shared the ring. You know, they're both extremely talented guys, seem like the top guys in the lightweight division. So how realistic do you think that fight will happen, you know, seeing that they're both very interested?
There you go. You got the two people involved that wanted to fight, so just up to the people that makes the business work to make it happen. And I think when you got the two people that agree to it, then the hardest part is done. So just putting it together, I think that's a fight that definitely can be made based on both of them saying it out loud. You know, they even said it, you know, right after the Tank fight a few months. But them two competitors right there agreeing to step up and fight each other and put a great fight for the audience and for themselves to prove who's the best. So it's very realistic, and I can see that happening next year.
You know, there's been a lot of respect, which is, you know, in boxing there's competitive nature, some trash talking, but amongst Shakur and your son Lamont, a lot of respect, you know, just no gimmicks, no animosity, just we want to see who's the best. Would you agree, like, that's kind of always been their kind of relationship? Because he's had a lot of support saying that, you know, Lamont has a huge chance in Tank. A lot of people thought he was crazy, you know? I mean, you know, firsthand, you know, that I thought Tank was going to win the fight, but I was obviously wrong about how the decision played out. But Shakur was real adamant, real supportive, and also wanted to take the fight. So was that always been the relationship that you guys kind of had?
Yeah, and it's been a relationship since they've been kids. You know, they two competitors though, but you got to see them in the ring. It ain't a lot of it's trash talk in that ring, and there's a lot of competitive action in there. So that's why Shakur was so confident of voicing his opinion, because he knew Lamont capabilities. So them two been working together for a while.
Shout out to Man of Terrain, man. Appreciate you.
Stuff, they all business in there.
Y'all smashed it like double tap the screen, sub to the channel if you know. Let's build.
It's gonna be a great, exciting fight between those two. High.
Y'all want to come up? The link is in
the community. Nothing but respect. But I showed the choice of words to heat up. It still be respectful, but fighters get on the edge, come close to fight time, and you know, once they step their first foot on their steps, man, it's all business.
Yeah, I like the Roach family.
Once the fight over, we'll
like
go back to it. But I can see them put on a hell of a show.
Do you think it would be more exciting and bigger than the last fight that you guys put on with you and Tank?
Yeah, because Tank, because that's the next one up. And Shakur coming off a great performance against Zepeda. It's two fighters that's top notch. I think a lot of people are tuned in, want to see two skillful guys like that compete. So they're willing to get in there. You know, they said they ready, they willing. You know, Shakur said he might have some business before that. If that don't fall through, if that don't go through, then he will fight. Lamont said he'll fight him. So that'd be a very exciting fight and a very good fight for the fans and for them too.
You know,
Lamont super humble. The problem is though, some of these fans expect him to like bow down or like kiss the ring or just be super grateful when that's all he's been. To act like he don't have a right to feel like he won, to feel like he ain't get a fair shake all the way with the controversy surrounding the fight. People just act like he just bugging for nothing and he should just shut up and be glad that he got a chance to fight him. And it's he a man too. At the end of the day, he deserved the same kind of respect you want people to give to your favorite fighter, because it was two men in there that night, and they gave us a great show. And, you know, Tank went quiet, so he ain't said much about anything, you know what I mean? But Lamont did everything he was supposed to do. I think people misunderstanding his energy because they feel like he's supposed to just be quiet about it. He's supposed to talk his shit. You know, we seen some things happen that you don't typically see in fights, so that's where he at with it. But it ain't like he crying over spilled milk. You ain't never hear him get in the media and trash him. But he talked his little junk, little trash talk here or there. He ducking, like that's normal stuff though. But he ain't never disrespected him, man. He always kept it boxing. So
do you feel like over the year or two that a lot of fight fans and even pundits, boxing media and everything, they were very critical, maybe like your son's chances against Tank or Shakur's, I guess entertainment value, how people per se. Do you see the fickle change in recent times, I guess, between your son and Shakur, and now that maybe at a point where maybe they didn't think this was going to be a big fight, now it seems like the biggest fight outside of the rematch with or Tank being involved?
People change their mind like the weather. But right now, they say Shakur couldn't do this, my son couldn't do that, but they proved otherwise. So right now, they both popularity level is high. And I think it's a perfect time for them to share the circle, especially since the rematch didn't happen like we wanted.
I wanted to ask you, because I've seen a lot of people say because of the fight wasn't made, that Lamont, your son, has been on a draw victory lap, kind of going around doing a whole bunch of interviews. I mean, I know there's humor in that, but I know sometimes maybe it might take offense. But the fact that he's kind of, I guess they say he's celebrating a draw. He's out there. He's having a great time. You didn't essentially win, so what are you doing? I guess.
Yeah, at first, I bet you a lot of the people that saying it is the ones that haven't got an interview yet. And I say yet because maybe you didn't reach out. But people don't want to call it for what it was, you know what I'm saying? Majority of the people thought we won the fight, so yeah, he feel
right. And you ain't once seen Lamont celebrate no draw. You get what I'm saying? He just... it's crazy that people say, fighting Tank Davis does X, Y, and Z for your career. You go up after this and that. We seen what it did with Pitbull, and he just fought him to a good fight and lost. So what do you think a guy that got a draw is? He gonna get recognition? People going, want to speak to him, right? They gonna give him his credit for standing up to the guy that nobody else could beat. You know what I mean? Now, he didn't beat him, but, he gave a great fight, better fight than anybody else. So that's not celebrating a draw. That's reaping the benefits of your hard work. It was two people fighting in there. They act like Tank just laid down and just allowed it to be a draw. Now, he fought his ass off. They both did. You know what I mean? And it just the result was what it was. But to act like Lamont Roach has done anything wrong since the fight was over is crazy. Like, he ain't did nothing wrong. You know what I mean? He ain't celebrating a draw. You know what I mean? He living life. Y'all taking it that way. He not happy that he had a draw. Y'all interpret it that way. Most people thought he won. It's a lot of people that thought he won. I could do a poll right now. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of people. Like, think about it. And the last time you heard Tank get booed, it wasn't just Lamont. So, nah, man, it's just boxing at the end of the day. But he ain't did nothing wrong.
Confident speaking on it. And what do you look like turning down Shannon Sharp, Stephen A., things like that? Oh, I want to interview you, Lamont. Oh, nah, I can't do it. I'm going to stay in the gym. Right. That sounds stupid. Then they say we think we big-headed for not interviewing him. So it's a double-edged sword. And people just saying it because they ain't got nothing to say. And there's a lot of fans out there just hate the fact that we speaking facts when we do interview. You know what I'm saying? Go back, watch the tape. We got a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? He done watched it with the fans, too. You know what I'm saying? So, he just a regular guy, man. You know what I'm saying? If people want to interview him, especially huge platforms like that, you're not going to turn them down. No other boxer will turn this type of chances
Russell
down.
Would be a great fight, but I don't think Roach interested.
People say we don't do it enough. Now, when my son do it, it's a problem. Come on, man, get out of here with that mess, man. So, if you do want to interview, just tap into his PR people, man. You know, I'm sure if you talk shit though, I guarantee you he ain't gonna come on it right now. Don't say.
Nah, I think you looking at it one way. You just being strictly a boxing fan, right? And you saying for the sake of boxing, run that rematch back. He deserved it. He earned it, right? I get all of that, but put yourself in the fighter's shoes and think about the amount of money that he may stand to gain by fighting at Jake Paul. Especially if you feeling like you're tired of the game. You know what I'm saying? So think about it. Shout out to Dre. What's good with it, homie?
He won't never come on there, but he might refuse the few, but for most part he's real open, man, discussing, man, just talking about what happened, talking about the past, talking about the present, and just talking about him outside of boxing as well. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot more, you know, it's more than boxing in life.
Plus he got his Twitch popping, it looks like. So I mean, he's kind of speaking through there and kind of, you know, like kind of putting himself before someone can even ask him a question, because, you know, why not self-entrepreneur? Because these are questions that people want to hear, right? So he's kind of doing it on his own.
And he's talking directly to his fan base, you know, and any other people in there. Like, a lot of people don't give interaction with fans, you know. He's there, you know. He's signing all. If people want an autograph, he gives it. If people want to say something to him, he's talking to them. He's answering questions. So he's there to be there for people that look up to him or want to talk to him or say hello and ask him a few questions. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? So he's enjoying it. As long as he's enjoying it. One thing about him, he don't worry about what nobody thinks. So whether you say it or not, it ain't gonna bother him one bit.
I know he had his birthday the other day.
I don't think so either, the Butcher. I think it's easy to say what they won't do until they're in a situation. Like, look, I'll run this little, I finished playing this. I'll play an old clip from Tank of how he talked about Jake Paul beforehand, just to make my point. Yeah, it was easy for him to have that train of thought when it's not a real thing. But when it becomes more of a reality, you like, hold on. Then when you start thinking about money and numbers, you like, man, about to go get that.
You know, I know he's enjoying himself, but
just for
the
think about it.
The Lamont
These
fans,
dudes sacrifice
you know,
their lives to get to this point, and most of them never get to this point. That rare, small percentage that do, you're going to take advantage of your opportunities is all I'm saying, bro. And you can't be mad at no man for doing it. You can't look at him as him being scared of somebody that he fought for 12 rounds. It ain't got nothing to do with being scared as much as it got to do with being smart and probably making some generational wealth.
Any concerns or no concerns about the fact that because the fight still hasn't been made and things like that, you know, they want to make sure that his activity level matches his performance. So, I mean, in due time, he's still training, still working hard. You guys are still...
Yeah, Lamont's a gym rat. You know what I'm saying? We still in the gym. We've been in the gym. We're going to stay ready for our opportunity. So he's a guy that's never out of shape. You know, like, even if you see him somewhere, I guarantee he worked out already. So he's one of the most dedicated fighters probably in the sport. So we ain't got to worry about that. He's been training. He's been training hard. And
I don't think Tank hoping Lamont lose or nothing like that. I think Tank weighed his options, and I think he's seen an opportunity to make possibly life-changing money with a Jake Paul in a one-off kind of situation. And I think when you look at it and you weigh your options, you're like, damn, Lamont is a scrappy, pesky-ass guy. You got two roads to travel, but one of them lead to more money and possibly not the same level of risk as the other. What do you do if you're a businessman? Y'all speaking like fans that want to just see fights. No, put yourself in the shoes of the fighter. And especially if you've been chasing money your entire career and you got an opportunity to really, really like cash in, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. Yes, you will do it. You will. It ain't gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna take the less money and the bigger challenge, but you know, the lesser money. Nah, you're gonna go get that bag, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's all. That's why I ain't tripping, man. I ain't here to be toxic today. But y'all super fans, I still don't like y'all. The super duper Tank fans, the super duper Tank fans, I don't like y'all.
Just waiting for the
real ones. Shout out to y'all.
My last question with your son is, it seems like everybody wants to face your son, you know, especially around the area. I know that your son's voiced that he would be interested in going to fight at 140 for one Russell. Now another Russell's calling him out. So, I mean, what's your opinion, if you have one, about the whole potential?
I mean, like I said, that's what they're supposed to do. They call him out.
Yeah, true.
Now everybody call him out. They want to fight him.
Always chase that bag. That bag.
He was serious about what he said. You know, the other Russell they competed around the same age and bracket their whole amateur career. A lot of people don't know that. They go check the brackets. You know, they've been in tournaments together. Go see who won that tournament, and go see who beat who. Do your research. My son been one of those guys, man. You know, him and Antoine been in the same brackets, weight class. They've been in the ring with each other.
Pops.
He
Said
did,
my
you know,
son
he
been
wants
one
to
of them
challenge
guys.
the best, and he feel
Shout out
Antoine
to
is the
him. He been
better of
one
the
of
two.
them.
And getting the belt at 140 would consider his legacy run. But at the same token, I understand why Antoine's saying he's looking for a different option to unify his belt. So ain't nothing wrong with that. But don't knock him for trying to
you get me stressed
go
out
after
boxing.
the better
That's
fighter.
a fact.
And then you kill two birds with one stone. You get the coach and the fighter.
You can't tell somebody that fought a guy that took a knee, turned his back, and got help from the corner that his son didn't win. Like, you'll just be preaching to the choir at this point. Y'all act like is it the same way Tank and his team feel like they could have won or they should have won? They could feel the same way because they both fought. It was that kind of fight. Why do people make it seem like Lamont Roach or his dad is tripping if they thinking they won? It's a lot of people that thought they won. It's a lot of people in that arena that day. You know what I mean? But it's water under the bridge. At the end of the day, you just got to keep moving forward. You know what I mean? Tank gonna do what Tank do, bro. And Lamont gonna do what he do. I just hope that Lamont is able to capitalize off a meaningful opportunity after such a great fight with on the highest level, on the biggest stage. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would like to see for Lamont. You know, Tank going to do what he do, right? But I would like to see Lamont capitalize, get a fight that makes sense for him. You know what I'm saying? And allow him to keep moving forward because I think he deserved it. You get what I'm saying? I think he showed himself. You know what I mean? He showed out, man. Jay Grant, what it do, homie? Man. No, but that's the thing. Tank told y'all, Jay Blaze, he don't care about legacy. He said that. Say he a legend where he from. He don't care about that legacy shit.
Do you see some of the stuff that you know, social media?
Care.
I know that the oldest
Mad
Gary
Life,
is kind of trying to provoke the fight. And do you guys have that as a potential option? I know that there's a lot of big fights, marketable fights like we talked about, like the Shakur, or the reward of facing Antoine, who has the belt and allows him to be essentially another division world champion. Does Russell, the oldest, play any potential option or percentage, or is it just up in the air? You know.
We're not considering Gary Russell. We beat Gary Russell. They're gonna be saying we beat a old
look,
guy.
check this. I get you, Jay Blaze. I understand you, but just for a moment, right? Just hypothetically speaking, because we're just having a conversation. Just put yourself in the shoes of a fighter, right? That's been molded and you know, brought up to just bred to chase that money, right? And now he always told you he a prize fighter. He about that bag. Like you've been talking about retirement, getting up out of here, all this stuff, getting your money, and then an opportunity present itself like this for you to make that money, right? Get what I'm saying? You're gonna at least consider it, right? Hey, legacy is for us to argue about. Them fighters don't care because they know that shit don't feed their family, right? So yeah, it sucks for us as boxing fans when you get to see that rematch. Like, damn. But look, it's not the end of the world. Tank get to go do what he do, and who knows, he can still double back and maybe make some of these fights. We just don't know. We don't know. So, but in the meantime, it leaves opportunities for more fights to be made. You know what I mean? You still got a potential of a Shakur fight next year with a Roach. You got people throwing Gary Russell Jr. out there again. So you just never know, man. I want to see the fights, bro. He felt like obviously it made sense to do this, and from what I hear, you know, from what I'm hearing, they were trying to convince him to do the rematch, but he wanted to go do this. And that's what I'm saying. Like you be loyal all your career. And at some point you decide that you want to make a decision. So that's what Tank said, man, it's an OG call. I'm fighting Jake. And now everybody lost their mind. Tank said, man, it's an OG call. I'm fighting Jake, line it up, Jake. You know?
And active and coming up from 126, things like that. So Gary's ain't the most active. Probably fought 7 times in 10 years, over 3,000 inactivity days. So, you know, we're not going to put our chances and fight someone that don't fight anyway. So definitely we looking to challenge the Shakurs, the Tanks, you know, the other names like that my son mentioned. But we're going to get a fight before the year out. We'll see what that is. see what that brings, and then hopefully in the beginning of the year we get.
And I think, and shout out to Fight, man. I think the reason that they're not talking about the reason why he wasn't talking about Gary Russell Jr., like he mentioned him briefly, but I don't think that's an option or somewhere where they're looking to go right now because of the inactivity and how it wouldn't really move the needle. You got to put yourself in the shoes of Lamont Roach. You already fought on the biggest of stages when you fought Tank, and you showed up. And then on top of that, you was due a rematch, and it didn't come to fruition. Now you telling me I'm about to go from fighting Tank to a guy that's been inactive and just coming off a 3-year layoff? What the hell would that do for me? And that's no slight of disrespect to Mr. Gary Russell, but I think he needs some more wins to kind of make himself a player within that division right now. I just don't think it would make much sense for a guy in Lamont that's just fresh off fighting Tank to go reach back and fight him, especially if you got if you could get a possible homecoming fight and then secure a Shakur fight for the first quarter of next year. You heard them both express thoughts of wanting to fight each other. You heard the dad said those are the kind of guys they looking to challenge. I just don't think Gary Russell fitting those plans right now because of his recent situation, right? He just came back over 3 years, fought Castaneda. He looked pretty good, got a stoppage too. But I think they want him to get some more wins and before you look his way. You know what I mean? Stanley was good with it, fam. Say, why you wait? Why is you waiting to get back in? Who waiting to get back in? I double tap the screen, sub to the channel. Say Roach might as well challenge Shakur. Now that's what he was saying. But if he's looking to fight again this year, then of course I know it won't be Shakur. He said if that fight happened, he felt like it'd be the first quarter, which sounds reasonable to me. So I mean, it's up to Lamont, man. I just would like to see him take advantage of the notoriety that he's been gaining since having to draw with Tank. People act like it's supposed to be a bad thing. Nah, that's a good thing in boxing. They fought. There was some controversy. Now the rematch didn't happen. Now people will still be looking to see who Lamont going to fight next and what he going to look like. Was that a one-off against Tank? Or do he really belong at 35? You get me? That it's all good. It's more boxing to come. Yeah, really. Like, yeah, he can make the calls when he need to, bro. You get what I'm saying? He can make the calls when he need to. Mag Life, you know what I'm saying? And this is what that's why I say he like, yo, this is an OG call. I'm fighting him. Jay. They tell my man, y'all not gonna tell me what to do, bro. I'm fighting him. You know what I mean? Look, you got people calling Jay.
What's up, guys? It's Nathan Lugo. I've been asked to share my opinion on the Tank and Jake Paul exhibition fight coming up, and I think it's completely ridiculous. You already went out your way to fight Mike Tyson, superstar, an idol for boxers. People that don't even box, he's an idol. So it really hurts me. It's not even an opinion, it's a fact. This hurts me because you just want to come in here, claim you're a real boxer, and then try to knock off all these people that worked hard for it when you have a clear advantage. Fight someone your own size, fight someone with some skill, and then you'll be called a real boxer. I think you a chump.
Oh, shit. Nathan Lugo coming for his jugular. 704 Jizzo. Jay said, B-side. So let's talk about it. That was Nathan Lugo. It's two of them. They brothers. Got their brother. There's some knockout guys. They be stretching shit. I ain't gonna lie, dang. The Blue Go brothers be punching on some shit. But look, you know, it is a conversation. And you know, for me, I got it in the title, but I don't really care for the conversation as much, right? But we're gonna talk about it as far as who's the A side in this fight. And I know, look, people like, man, Tank sold 1 million pay-per-views and Jake ain't never did that and blah, blah, blah. But I think if he's fighting on Netflix and MVP promoting that fight, look like Jake on the A side of things to me. I ain't gonna hold you. It appears that way because there's no PBC logos nowhere. There's no Amazon Prime nowhere near this. It seemed like he'll be crossing over to make this fight, if that makes sense to y'all. So I don't know. I don't got all the logistics to it, but that's just what it seemed like. But who cares, right? His check gonna clear the same way. Who really gives a damn though? Like seriously, like why would it even matter? His check on still clear. If Jake get out of line, he still might get lined up and stretched. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing changing. Peace to the Queen, Lisa. How you feeling today? So at least we'll find out if Jake fights really fixed. Nah, Tank ain't gonna lay down. He gonna get. I don't think boxing is a circus. I think every now and then you could see something that resembles a circus in boxing. Maybe this fight is like a little setup fight, but look, it don't have to be the worst thing in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Dude, is just, they making money, man. Dude's gonna make money. You get me? Jake. Ryan Garcia said boxing is really the WWE. I know he ain't talking. This man backed out on a horse. This man he backed out a horse in a press conference talking about boxing the WWE. I know you a white horse at that, bro. Ryan Garcia is a damn nut job. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Tank holds back, then it's all for Gazy. Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it, though. I doubt if they get Tank to go along with that plan, though. You get me? I doubt if Tank be cool with not beating his ass. Ryan May can't fight. I'm telling you, D, for the win. Because if he had the opportunity, he'd do it too. Because remember, D, for the win, it was all good. It was all good when he was talking about fighting Pacquiao in an exhibition. Remember? It was all good. I ain't trying to hear it because it's Pacquiao. Exhibition is the exhibition. It was cool when he was talking like that. Now Tank doing this boxing WWE. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Yeah, he may ain't get the fight. It's an MVP show, so I don't see why Jake would be the B-side in this situation, right? If they putting on the fight. That's where I'm going with it, right? They putting on the fight, so I don't see how, but I don't even think it would matter. It wouldn't even matter. That shit don't change nothing, bro. Is he gonna win? That's the question, right? How that fight gonna look? Is he gonna mess around and get his big ass slap? What if Tank catch him and sleep Jake, bro? And he put an end to all that shit, bro. That'd be crazy. But you heard Tim Bradley. He said Jake big as hell. He said he can mess around and hurt Tank. Tank could get knocked out in this fight. This is what Timmy Changa said, man. Pay-per-views don't matter. Yeah, it don't, because it'll be free on Netflix. That's why what I told y'all, it don't matter. Tank check still gonna clear the same way. It don't matter. It will be free. It won't be your typical Amazon Prime promotion or a pay-per-view event. And that'll be good for not only the fighter, because he's still gonna get paid, but it's gonna be good for us. I think people looking at it all wrong, man. In no way, shape, or form is Tank ever no B-side when it comes to actual boxing to Jake Paul ever in life, right? But it's a new day. The way he entered the game is very unorthodox, and he seems to be a guy that can sell some tickets. And now he's found a way to get one of the biggest ticket sellers in boxing to align with him, and they're going to do what they do come November. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I don't care if he the B-side. I really don't. I truly don't. But let's keep building, man. Paulie Malignaggi has something to say about all of this, man. Paulie don't never bite his tongue. Double tap the screen, y'all. We're going to keep building. Let me pull this video up. Tank on high guard him, counter his ass. I'm telling you. I think it's going to be interesting, too. Lisa, I ain't tripping because I'm going to watch it because I don't even know what to expect from it. I don't even know what it'll look like. You get me? So I'm definitely intrigued because of the size disparity. Like, I want to see what's good. You know what I'm saying? It's completely
Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul. Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis, however you want to call it. Didn't really see this one coming. I know a lot of people were talking about it. There was the rumor mill. I don't know if you guys at home had heard the rumor mill. This had been being talked about even prior to the Lamont Roach fight. I thought it was so utterly ridiculous, especially that you've essentially manufactured Gervonta into a star without really having him fight any major threats in his career, I know the groupies are gonna say somebody like saying, well, if Leo Santa Cruz is the biggest name on your resume, you got a problem. Like Santa Cruz was probably dying shot by the time he fought Gervonta Davis. Santa Cruz, who 90% of his own resume was against guys you never heard of. And again, it was a one directional fighter who started at bantamweight and they fought at 130. That's your best win. Pedraza's a solid win, I thought, even though it was a weight drain Pedraza, and Pedraza was so weight drained that he'd actually already lost to Ednacheri and should have already not been champion by the time Gervonta fought him, but they robbed Ednacheri in that IBF title defense of Jose Pedraza, so that Pedraza remained champion. I remember because I worked that show and commentated that fight. So it's a sneaky good win, but it's sort of below the radar, not that good of a win. He had a weight drain Pedraza, who went up to lightweight and actually fought better once he didn't have to weight drain himself, and who had been struggling already at 130 prior to being knocked out by Davis. Like I said, he'd already lost to Cherry and
undefeated champion,
lucky to keep the title in the Cherry fight at 130. So Cherry, mind you, a guy that I beat way back in the day. I don't know. It's mind you, I beat him easily, like 9 out of 10 rounds, 10 out of 10 rounds, something like that. I don't know. I really don't know what to make of this, man. I sure as hell love to hear the comments. It's gonna generate curiosity for sure. Jake Paul is huge. I mean, this is like, he's going to be almost a foot bigger than Gervonta Davis. This is an exhibition, so there's not going to be an official winner unless it's a stoppage. So things like glove size, ring size still has to be dictated and figured out. I don't know. I don't know what you do with this. I don't know what boxing's coming to. This is what happens when you manufacture a star instead of letting stars organically create themselves. You get guys who don't want to test themselves, who've been spoiled and have been able to, make a lot of free money for no reason. Not for no reason. The thing about Gervonta Davis is he is physically talented. I just don't think mentally he was ever that strong of a fighter. And so to not match him with guys who can physically match him skill for skill and talent for talent, you never get to test his mentality, And the Lamont Roach fight, surprisingly, because Lamont wasn't supposed to be that on that level by the standards of the pre-fight predictions. Lamont took him to that place, and you saw that Gervonta Davis, the questions about Gervonta Davis' mentality and mindset kind of were founded. He started breaking in the fight, taking voluntary knees and getting away with it, and so on and so forth. And that was sort of the knock on Davis. And then you start to realize, in that fight, I think you realize why he's been staying away from the best challenges, the toughest challenges in these fights. Been real, if you look at his resume, I mean, it's a rather weak resume for a guy that's been turned into a star. So the fact that, I don't know if this guy being a star in this generation is lack of intelligence on the part of boxing fans or modern day boxing fans, young generation, or that's it. This is just the way it is. In the age of entertainment and in the age of technology, you can manufacture a star from anything.
I mean, I do think I get where Paulie is trying to go with it. I just feel like in order to be any kind of star, you have to be marketable. You have to actually have some talent and be consistent at doing so. And I think that's what Tank is. I think they unlocked the matrix a little bit with him, man. They found a way to capitalize off their dollar and keep their guy in situations where he gonna continuously be successful to the point where when he don't take the challenges people want to see him take, then they're gonna try to reduce his career all to who he didn't fight. But to me, at the end of the day, every time he in there, he performed. It's entertainment. This is boxing. It's the hurt business. They're prize fighters. He check all them boxes, man. He do this shit at a high level. T-Hill, what it do, man? He hates Tank because of AB, I'm telling you. And that residual hate. Cornelius, what it do, player? Y'all double tap the screen, support the build. Let's keep going, man.
Because the technology creates constant highlight reels. You can, give guys dates against, you can choose to give guys dates against low-level opponents. I mean, think about the resume of Gervonta Davis. A lot of talented 130, 135 pounders on the same resume would have beat the same guys and been undefeated against the same guys. Some of them probably even more impressively. But, there is that dynamic power that Gervonta holds, and that may be something that, maybe is an equalizer as far as the promotability. Sure, knockouts always sell. But it's just, I don't know, man. It's a big question mark for me. The funny thing is, there's going to be a lot of people watching this fight. Jake always generates a lot of fans. I mean, his own fans. They're not boxing fans. I don't think they ever watch boxing aside from Jake. And then Gervonta does have at this point an inner fan base himself. He's been promoted so much that, yeah, of course, how does your fan base not grow when you've been promoted constantly and marketed constantly, so that you create this fan base. So you know, having it in the huge stadium in Georgia makes sense. You know, I'm not knocking that part of it. I'm just knocking the part of it that is, at what point does boxing stop getting in its own way? With Jake, it's funny too, because Jake is the only guy who can. A couple months ago, we were talking about Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. So literally, like from flyweight to heavyweight, anybody is in the sweepstakes for a Jake Paul opponent. It's imagine being able to call out or being able to fight anybody in any weight class, and people will tune in to watch. I mean, I was talking about the low intelligence level of boxing fans, but takes a super low level of intelligence of a fan to fall for that one.
Mr. Miles, go
and again, I guess that's Jake's brilliance and his promotability.
He's a star because of. Look, they found a cheat code. Like, they unlocked it. They found a way. Look, we can match this guy up. You know, take these calculated challenges. We can fight. We can do this shit our way. Floyd told people a long time ago, don't tell them other guys, fight each other. We doing what we doing over. We about to get this money. And now y'all mad all these years later when he doing exactly that, getting his money. Chill out. Let's enjoy boxing. Who cares? All right, go punch it. Hey, Tank. Go punch Jake Paul in his shit, bro. And it's nothing against Jake, but you know, Tank is a guy I've been rooting for since I've seen him. Since I've been watching the whole entire career. I'm not tripping, man. You know, you want to see different things, but man, who cares? There's so much other boxing. Man, go punch his beard off, Tank. Punch his beard off. Everybody gonna talk. They still gonna watch. They gonna be mad as hell, but they still gonna be watching. They gonna know exactly what happened, what punches was thrown, how the rounds went, all of that stuff. Do you at the end of the day, man? If you don't do nothing else in this one life that you got to live, you better do you. If you don't do nothing else, you better do you. You get me? So shout out to Tank. Go punch his head off, man. I'll fight him for free. Jake a clown. Shout out to Christopher, man. I love to fight Jake for that bag, man. I ain't even gonna lie. You get me? It's Paulie. Yeah, I bet Paulie's gonna watch. You know he is, Lisa. You know it. You know he watching. You know he gonna enjoy it too. Low key, Lisa. You gonna enjoy it. Paulie. Hold on, y'all. Double tap the screen. Smash the like button, man. Sub to the channel if you new. We gonna build. We going vertical today. Shout out to my homie Damon. What's good with it, my guy? And again, happy birthday to my beautiful daughter, KYLA. Happy 16th. Y'all gonna hear me say that throughout the stream. So y'all help me wish baby girl a happy birthday. And y'all make sure you double tap the screen for your boy. Let me get this back up here. Let me get Paulie. Hold on, y'all. Let me get him back up, man. Paulie be going in. Don't he be like, man, I don't think it's all hate, though. I just think he see things the way he see it, and it's all good. But he ain't saying, like, if you listen to all of what he say, not just the things that, you know, not just the things where, you know, you don't agree with, then you'll hear what he's saying. Like, damn, you just want to see him really test himself against some of these other guys. He's saying a lot of other stuff that you might not, you know, care to say, but the gist of what he's saying is the same thing that everybody else want to see, just the particular match.
Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul.
I don't think he's wrong for that, you know.
It's a big question
Shout out
for
to
me.
T Hill, my dog. Appreciate
the funny thing is, I
hate it for Lamont.
There's gonna be a lot of people watching this fight. Jake always generates a lot of fans. I mean, his own fans. They're not boxing fans. I don't think they ever watch boxing aside from Jake. And then Gervonta does have an
other
at
fighters.
this point.
But I don't think that's what he's doing. I think he's just giving his opinion on what he think, and I can't say that he's the only person I've heard say the things that he's saying right now. He's not, you know what I mean? Not saying that I agree with everything he's saying, no, but it's just criticism, just like anybody else. Tank gonna always get criticized tough, bro. He gonna always get criticized tough because y'all can't see it, man. Just think about something, yo. Let's talk about this. I want to play the rest of this before I get into this, but y'all don't get it. He is a cheat code. Let's call it what it is. Has Tank faced the most absolutely dangerous opposition that boxing has to offer? No, right? That's okay to say that. But his contemporaries or his peers haven't either, right? They all relatively faced around the same level of competition, with the exception of maybe 1 to 2 names that separate these guys, right? But what is the biggest difference between Tank and everybody else that he could potentially fight? What's the difference? He's able to generate money that none of these other guys can fighting the same level of competition. And because he continues to move that way and fight basically the same level of competition as everybody else while making more money and getting praised for it, they're losing their minds about it. That's why I say they unlocked the cheat code with him. They like, oh shit, damn. Shit, we might could fight the janitor down the street. Tank gonna sell out. It's a cheat code, bro. Just sit back and enjoy it, bro. Yeah, we could demand fights all day till you're blue in the face, but at the end of the day, is he really doing something that anybody else is not doing? Now, the Jake Paul thing, that's the anomaly. But up until that point, they all fighting in or around the same level of competition is what I'm saying, bro. And that's no me not trying to argue just for Tank. I'm being 100, bro. I'm being real. Like, that's the difference. Don't give me, oh, he's 30. Nah, dudes is not too much younger than him. They right behind him, bro. He just found a way to do what they're doing, but making more money doing it. I'm calling it what it is because I'm a real one. Yeah, we want to see them fights, but they ain't got a bunch of them guys on their resumes, neither. So they all genuinely doing in or around the same thing, but he's making more money doing it and getting the praise and looked at as one of the faces of boxing. And because of it, they pissed off about it. I'm telling you, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Fan base himself, he's been promoted so
have to
much.
Make peace with it.
Yeah, of course. How does your fan base not grow when you've been promoted constantly and marketed constantly, so that you create this fan base? So, having it in the Hughes Stadium in Georgia makes sense. I'm not knocking that part of it. I'm just knocking the.
And he is. And it's crazy. It's crazy, Mr. Mile, because you got like. And think about this. He's the only guy, not the only guy, but he's one of the few guys in boxing that in his division, he's everybody's biggest fight. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a responsibility that come with that. So it's almost expected for him to make some of those fights because of that shit don't apply to not another single soul in the weight class. And nobody else in the weight class could you look and say, yeah, they the biggest fight for such and such. No, Tank Davis is everybody's biggest fight. So you get me? Anytime you don't make that marquee matchup or you take that less than stellar name, here come the critics. Meanwhile, you got guys fighting dudes after you fought them and wanting to be praised and saluted for it, right? But you get trashed for fighting guys, then you will see a fighter fight the same opponent as Tank after he already stopped him. You get me? So at the end of the day, man, it's a whole bunch of jockeying for position, bro. It's a whole bunch of posturing. At the end of the day, all of these dudes need to mix it up with each other is what I'm getting at. It ain't just Tank. I don't care about his age. I want to see them all fight. I don't care about how much money he make neither. Well, we love watching Tank because we know how talented he is, not the money, right? So I want to see everybody mix it up. I'm just tired of the onus only falling on one fighter. And y'all saying because we call him the face of boxing, or people call him the face, it don't matter. It's not like it came out of nowhere. The dude been putting in a lot of work and he been performing on that stage where a lot of people ain't had the opportunity to be on that stage. He's able to do it and do that shit at a very high level. And I think it's a lot that come with that. It's a lot that's expected from the man. And I think he to the point where he want to move how he want to move.
The part of it that is, at what point does boxing stop?
Shout out to the Queen Lisa, man, for the 50 piece for the baby girl's birthday. She said for baby girl birthday. We appreciate you, Lisa. Much love, much appreciation. Shout out to my baby girl, KYLA, man. I will make sure she get it, man. Shout out to the Queen Lisa.
If I was Floyd and he was me,
yeah,
he would never have to fight again because that exhibition shit.
Yeah.
As me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds, and we both gonna get $100+ million for it,
right?
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
right.
well, I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due,
right?
And you ain't never got to box.
Man, it is what it is, man. Let's have fun with this shit, though, man. You know what I mean? David and Goliath could be a pretty fun fight, bro.
Jake is funny, too.
And think about it, y'all. Think about it, y'all. Why we tripping and this shit gonna end up being free? Shit gonna end up being free. Who really tripping? You get me? Let him go ahead and throw that free fight and let him go and make that money. If you came from absolutely nothing, homelessness, poverty, you know what I mean? You know, you going hungry for days, shit like that. Man, look, that man is going to eat, bro. He going to eat. He's had legal situations before. All of that shit. And you telling me now he get a break. This may be his break. And I hate to say this because people not going to understand where I'm going. This may be his break. As tough as life has been on Tank, and you know, whether it been his own fault or not, the things he went through, maybe there just might be life giving him a break in the form of a Jake Paul fight that's going to be very lucrative to him, that people are going to complain about and criticize you for, but they still going to watch it. So at the end of the day, who going to win? Who going to win? He going to laugh his way to the bank. Tank going to laugh his way to the bank. He's winning, bro, in every sense of the word. And you can't, so you get me? We going to get over it. We going to be on to the next thing complaining. You get what I'm trying to say, though? Maybe life just gave Tank a break and say, hey, man, hey, Jake Paul, you get me? Out of all this stuff that been going wrong or going however it's been going, there go Jake sitting in a win with a bunch of M's attached to it. You get me, man? Let me go on. Listen, I ain't crying, man. Tank, go beat his ass, G. Let me get this off the screen.
A couple months ago, we were talking about Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. So literally, like, from flyweight to heavyweight, anybody is going to stay in the sweepstakes for Jake Paul opponent. Imagine being able to call out or being able to fight anybody in any weight class, and people will tune in to watch. I mean, I was talking about a low intelligence level of boxing, but that takes a super low level of intelligence of a fan to fall for that one. And again, I guess that's Jake's brilliance and his promotability, great PR team, and so on and so forth. I will, double down on the fact that I think Jake's been an excellent promoter. I think he's going to be good for the sport in the future when he stops fighting. I think he's sort of plateaued as a boxer. I've noticed in the last couple of fights, I think he's actually regressed. So I'm not sure where you go from there. But, he's so much bigger than Gervonta Davis that this does draw up question marks. What happens if he lands on Gervonta? Even if you make it big gloves in a exhibition, if it's bigger gloves, he could still hurt Gervonta. Could Gervonta...
Yeah, it's get interesting if either of these guys land a good shot on it, one or the other. So, look, it ain't your typical boxing match. We all know that. And we just need to stop overreacting. That man about to get paid. And look, straight like this, if you come from nothing, if you come from absolutely nothing, you get what I'm saying? If you understood his career and what his message has been the entire time, you cheering from him. You a hood guy. You know what I mean? You come from the street or whatever you want to call it. You understand exactly what he doing. That's it, bro. Sometimes you got to milk the game, man. And that's what he about to do. He about to milk it one time. Boxing will take life out of you. You know that. These dudes change forever after these fights. And one time it just might be something different for him and an easier way for him to make money. Who knows? We'll see.
Just move around the ring and play it safe and just steal the bag. I mean, will Gervonta try? Because if Gervonta's so small, I think Gervonta hits hard enough that maybe he'll make Jake feel the shots. But if the gloves are too big, that means they're big for Gervonta Davis as well. So does that mean Jake takes a better punch now and can physically try to maul Gervonta Davis even more because there's less to worry about if the gloves are too big? So, I think it's a catch-22 here for Gervonta Davis because if the gloves are small, he can be hurt, but he's maybe slick enough to avoid getting hit clean and maybe able to land some big punches on Davis, on Jake Paul that could drop him. But then again, he puts himself at risk. But if you make the gloves too big, they protect Gervonta Davis from this big, massive guy. But then he's not able to put as many damaging punches on Jake as well. And that means Jake can more freely attack and use that big physicality. So, yeah, from the fighting perspective, I think as the fight gets close, there'll be more to talk about in that regard. I'm just really bugged out because I thought we were going to get the Lamont Roach rematch. Lamont Roach, mind you, again, was not supposed to be competitive. That's the reason Gervonta Davis even fought him in the first place. So if Team Davis knew that Lamont Roach was going to be that much of a threat, they wouldn't have fought him in the first place. If you look at the career arc of Gervonta Davis, he takes on nobody who's going to be that much of a threat. He's sort of been able to slide and surf around the biggest threats that were around, and he's been in a generation where there's been a lot of threats in his weight classes. And it ain't like he came around in a generation where it was a dead weight class. He came around in generations where 130, 135 were chock full of very, very difficult opponents. And calling out Lomachenko at 36 when you were in the same weight class as Lomachenko since he was at 130 doesn't count, guys. I'm sorry. That was, it's not like Davis was too young or anything like that.
I get it. I get what Paulie is saying, like, because it's like you could have fought him way back then, but the same way you saying back then it wasn't like Tank was too young. Him calling him out at 36 ain't like Loma was too old, because what are we basing him being old off of? Like his last performance or just his age alone? He went out there and beat George Kambosos from pillar to post up. Like they really was calling him high tech, the Matrix again. They really was doing that in that fight. He kicked his ass. That's the guy Tank was fighting. Not giving that dude no benefit of the doubt because he got a little old with some back issues, man. That ain't fully on Tank. That ain't, matter of fact, that ain't on Tank at all. So you know how boxing go, man. It's a sport of inches. Paulie, you know that, man. You know, man, they probably like, all right, man, he ready to get took out. You know what I mean? They went for him. CJ was good with him. In a big deal, man. But now he making a case for Loma, man. He could have fought, you know. He beat the hell out of Kambosos with no problem. He didn't even utter
his name until Lomachenko was 36 and on the way out. So, again, that's the good scheming. It'll fool the low-level intelligence fan base, but it won't fool the people know what they're watching. Either way, like I said, disappointing. There's so many great fights that can be made. This is a legitimate bona fide world champion in Gervonta Davis, so that you want to see more. But you're gonna get the Jake Paul fight, and yeah, there is interesting things about it. But is this where boxing is gonna be headed, guys? I mean, what do you think at home? I know there's the Davis brigade and even the Jake Paul brigade that are gonna be big fans of the fight because they don't complain about anything. These kind of guys. We live in a generation where there's a little bit of groupie syndrome, where no matter what the person these people follow, they are up for it and they people are supportive of it no matter what. And that shouldn't really be the case. You should really form your own opinion. Even if you like the person, if they're doing something that you don't like, I hope that people smarten up, because if they don't smarten up, they're going to continue to destroy this great sport that has been around for a while and is weird.
Man, but yeah, man, look, everybody had, this is all we was doing is covering the different takes that everybody had when it come to this fight. But I just was I'm playing these to show y'all something. I hope y'all getting what I'm getting from it. At the end of the day, no matter what he do, whether good, bad, or indifferent, whether people love it, hate it, despise it, they're going to talk about it. And most importantly, they're going to be watching. Even if they got to hate watch. That's the interesting thing about all of this, y'all. Even if they got to hate watch, they're going to be watching. You hear me? Like, they're going to watch, bro. People going to talk. They're going to have their opinions. They're going to voice their disdain with it. He shouldn't be doing this. He should be doing that. But make no mistake, they're going to be watching, G. People going to be watching, man. They're going to be watching. I got to get this other joint up where everybody was talking about let me pull this up. Double tap the screen, y'all, man. Like I said, man, boxing is good to me, man. I don't know why people complain. I think if you saying boxing is in a bad space, you just being overly negative, man, and you're not paying attention. You get me? I think boxing is in a good space, but let's keep going, man. Let's pull this up, see what these guys had to say, because we heard what Berto say. These was reacting to this news, man. They're going to be watching, just like they're going to be watching Bud.
That sounds real crazy. But doing it in Atlanta was a very smart.
And real quick, it's like those two fights are polar opposites. You got Terence Crawford challenging himself this late in his career against one of the most decorated fighters in the sport actively today, right? And look how people trashed that fight and complained about that. And then when you switch gears with Tank and Jake, they complaining about that. It just goes to show you that you can never make people happy. Terence Crawford going up in weight this late in his career, after all that he's accomplished, putting everything on the line, people still disrespecting him, saying he only showing up for a check. It's a payday for him. He just trying to cash out. He don't really think he could win. All this stupid stuff. I'm telling you, we be trashing up some of our best fighters. So at the end of the day, Terence Bud Crawford and what he doing right now, how he getting talked about, and then they dragged him with the steroid scandal talk, the steroid talk. Pardon me, somebody was just in the back. They hit me with the steroid talk. They hit him with the steroid talk, man. Come on, man. Nah, that's exactly why Tank is doing him. Because look what Terence Crawford is doing. He's still actively challenging himself. And look at the amount of disrespect and scrutiny he received for no reason at all. People have no good reason to come out of nowhere with this steroid allegation talk, but they doing it anyway. Just goes to show you it don't matter what you do, they're going to go at you, man. People don't really be for boxing. They just like having an opinion on it. Shout out to Son of God. My dog was good with it, bro.
Strategic move. Because one thing about Atlanta, I lived in Atlanta for a good 4 to 5 years, and I know one thing when it comes to us, anything that's popping in the city, they coming out. They coming out. The city is coming out. So the city will be coming out. It's going to be packed. A packed house in Atlanta. Come out. Of course, support Gervonta. Because like I say, Jake ain't never in his life going to see a stadium so filled with black people in his life. You know what I mean? They coming out. They coming out. It's going to be crazy, right? I see a lot of people in the comments. Of course, they're upset about it because we're true boxing fans. But listen, as of right now, the state of boxing, it's all about entertainment. It's all about entertainment. This is going to be one of them. People don't understand, man, how this boxing game goes, right? I'm not surprised that he made a fight like that happen.
Shout out to the Queen, man.
Because he doesn't care what you think anymore. Gervonta does not care what y'all think anymore. The way he felt after that Roach fight, how he felt like everybody turned on him. He was already talking about
Listen to what he's saying. Listen to what he's saying. We ask questions all the time. Why he do this? Why he ain't just do that? Look how y'all talk crazy and all he did was have a draw. Y'all act like he got to be perfect every single night. Can't nobody give him a good fight. Dude gave him a good fight and y'all turned on him. So, again, y'all out here booing him and some more shit, right? Y'all going crazy all over a draw. So, do you necessarily come back and care about giving somebody what they want to see and they just did that? Telling you, man, I ain't saying it's right, but people got to start using their brains, man. We turn on these fighters quick. Blue Hustle, man, what it do? Shout out to the Queen, man. How you feeling? Man, you get what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, man, you just got to do what makes the most sense for you. You got to be able to sleep with yourself at. You know what I mean? Go to sleep with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Reef was good with it. Have a business. Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope, Reef. Shout out to Damon, man. That fighter Norman. Look at the scrutiny he gets. Yeah. You get me? Look who he fighting and look how they treat him. Same thing, Damon. That's a real fight. He's still getting trashed. So you got 3 different situations. You got Tank and Jake. You get what I'm saying? You got Canelo, Crawford, and then you got Dev and Norman. And each of those situations, fighters getting dragged and shitted on. Get what I'm saying? It don't be about boxing with these people. It be about the narratives, man. I'm telling you.
And he hate this fight game now. This man just going to get the bag. He don't care what you think. He's going to go in there and get the bag, and I know Al Heyman. Al Heyman, I already know Al said, you know what?
Boots too. You get
what they talking about. I'm going to send you to the bank. I'm going to send you to the bank and make sure you get paid, and whatever you want to do after that, that's your business. But let's go get this money. Y'all need to understand the psychology of what's going on here. He's not caring about what you think about this fight. He's going to get the bag.
Are we going to see you on that Netflix card?
You know, that's a great question. Don't know yet. Don't know, but I'm just excited that the card's actually happening. I know some of y'all
First fight
is
in a new
mad.
division, duck
As a
already.
true boxing fan, I know some of y'all are just like, what the hell is this? But y'all got to understand, as a fighter, for someone who's been doing this their whole life, boxing is a combat sport, y'all. People get hit in the face and in the head. They got to take care of their families. It's prize fighting. And I know people want to see the rematch or whatever, but it's about that money on, okay? They got to get the money on.
See?
I thought it was clickbait. I did not
You thought
know
it was
going to be a
clickbait?
real fight.
Double tap the
And that's
screen,
okay.
y'all. Double tap the screen.
You know, anything can happen in boxing, y'all. Y'all know that. Boxing is just one of them things. You just never know.
She definitely don't need to be on that card, Mirror. I ain't trying to see it.
At least, I was working fight week at Madison Square Garden.
Rest,
fight night, you're right. It was an amazing night
with
for all the
Derrick James
ladies
some
and
more,
great work from all of you. So who you picking, Jake or Tank?
What is it? Expedition. So don't ask them type of questions.
Exhibition.
I think it's going to be great. Listen, at the end of the day, y'all, for someone who's been boxing as long as I have, as long as we have eyes on the sport, That's what's important to me. I mean, boxing's not the same as it was years ago,
Yeah, he don't
obviously,
care.
but we're in a different space
Usyk
now when
versus
it comes
Jake
to
Paul.
boxing.
Usyk went
When we're
there. I
talking about
mean, Jake Paul
entertainment,
went
when we're
there,
talking about
didn't he? They
social
lose.
media, when we're
I
talking
don't think
about
so.
the influence,
He
the
get smashed.
influence that people carry, and that's just got to be respected.
And it's like also like
You just got to think no matter what you do, they're going to trash you for it. You know what I mean? Black Panther, what it do? If the Tank do this, his leverage going to be similar to Floyd as far as getting what fight you want when you want it. Just never know. Shout out to Black Panther, man. I just want to know where he go from here, though. Like, what I could shit. He mess around. He might mess around, fight a Pacquiao after this, and sell off into the sunset. And the way people talk and how quickly they diminish everything you've done, I couldn't blame him, man. Boxing is
I
tough,
think
bro.
like I get it. Like
It's
I
hard to please
honestly get
people.
it.
It's
Like
hard
the
to
main
please
event
boxing fans.
is
They're some of the hardest
whatever you
people to
want to say,
satisfy.
right? Because
I swear
it's
they are.
Jake at
Like,
heavyweight
think about
versus
it. Dude
Tank,
came
who
in here. Shout
is
out to bro. He came in here saying, shout out, what's his name? Dima. He said Usyk versus Jake Paul. Bro, it's somebody that got on my panel and said Usyk ain't done enough. Usyk need to prove more. I'm telling you, you can't make this stuff up. No matter who you are and what you accomplish and how much you accomplish, it's going to be a boxing fan or a fan somewhere saying you ain't dead. You need to do more. I'm telling you.
phenomenal
It's
boxer
the only
that's not
sport.
in that weight class. We get that, right? But I think people are
Man cleaned
overlooking
out
the fact that it's
cruiserweight,
gonna be
became
on Netflix.
undisputed, then
And
went up
the
to
only
heavyweight,
Jake has
undisputed,
shown
and
the
they say he
only
still got to do
fighters
more.
that he puts on his card
Only
are
boxing.
actual legitimate fighters that are really good fucking fighters. Like you think about the Tyson versus Jake card. Do you even remember Mike Tyson versus Jake? No. You talk about Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. You talk about the undercard fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got to take with the good with the bad, in my
Okay, Crystal,
opinion.
you talking that real because that's exactly what it is. Because when they talk about the Mike Tyson and the Jake Paul fight, they can't mention that fight without mentioning Katie Taylor and Amanda, and that is respect on Jake Paul's part for putting fighters, women, on the undercard. That's amazing, bro. Like, come on now.
I think one thing that we're missing too, like really great for Atlanta. I mean, I think it's going to be a party that weekend. It's going to be a fun event.
It's gonna be fun. Listen, Atlanta's lit. I fought there last year in September, and just the small space that I was in, it was dope. So I think the city needs that, and Atlanta definitely gonna turn up for sure.
Abdul,
I'm just
Katie,
adding
You
people.
think
we
it's going to
already
end in a
seen that
stoppage?
3 times, man. It's not in the cards. She can't beat Katie Taylor, man. She can't. You know what I mean? I thought she should have got the nod, but especially the second time around, but she just can't beat her. You know what I mean? She definitely ain't win the last
Ain't
one.
no telling. Ain't no
Katie
telling.
definitely
One
won
thing
that
about
last
it,
one for sure.
I feel like
$1,000,000% she did.
Tank is an experienced fighter, and experience is everything. So say that.
And Tank has power. Like Jake is a heavyweight, and I get it. There's weight classes, but Tank has fucking power. So like the
Super grown man
idea that
power.
Jake could get
You
stopped
see
is
this
not
in the Twitter
crazy.
spaces, like
Listen, y'all.
everybody
If,
rounds
talking
is
about
it?
a
if you,
fight that they
we don't
saying they
even
don't
know,
want to
it's an
see for the
expedition.
second
That's
time in a
what
row.
I do know.
That's what's unique
But I
about
do
Tank.
know though,
No matter how
in
mad you
boxing,
get at what he doing, because of who he is and what you know he's capable of, you got a tendency to watch anyway. You're gonna be sitting there hate watching, face screwed up, watching him punch Jake in the face. Watch.
when you're fighting,
Mad as hell. It's
timing
gonna be
is
right on
everything. You
YouTube.
don't gotta have the most power, but if you have timing, baby, we know what that's about. Okay, that has to be respected. I should do this more
Tank gonna
often,
come out
y'all.
into this
Talk
fight
to
with
the
something to
folks.
prove.
You said what?
Tank gonna come out into this fight with something to prove.
Yeah, I mean, I think again, he's still going to prepare just like any other fight. Same thing with Jake. Y'all gotta understand, like, there's still no headgear. It's still small gloves. It's still
I think it's gonna
possible
be them
someone can
bigger
get
gloves
hurt.
though.
It's not a I mean, I would think there'd be no headgear.
Yeah, the danger is
I
still
also
here
think
though,
this
because
is a
Jake
chance
big
for
as
Jake
hell.
to actually
You don't
prove
want
that he
no dude
belong
that's
with a lot of
running around
fighters.
close to
You know,
200
people
pounds.
view
I'll
him
be
still as
at
like
over
this
200
little
pounds punching you in your
internet
shit. I'm gonna just say
prize
that.
fighter
I
type
don't
dude.
care
But
what
if he
size
could
gloves he
survive
got.
Tank, he might actually really, really be a legit contender.
Yeah, you listen, like
And
I
if you
said,
Jake
boxing,
Paul, you don't
anything
even
can
want
happen in boxing.
the thought. You don't even want the
Anybody
thought of,
can make something. And
you
that's
know
the
what I
thing.
mean?
Boxing,
Tank
you got to
cracking you,
take when
knocking
your
you out
moment
15 in your
comes.
head.
you got to take advantage of that. And boxing's not fair, bro. It's not fair at all. But when you have the opportunity to take advantage of it, take full advantage. And sometimes fighters lack in that space when they do have the advantage. So just something to note.
So you see, man, this conversation is all over the internet. It's everywhere. Everybody feel like, you know, they go straight. He strongly doubt this happens. No way Gervonta accepted 195 pounds. Gervonta's already small naturally, and you really think he would decide to balloon up to 195? You got to be delusional. No, you never know, man. So maybe it's the chance that this fight don't get over the hump. But I'm with the bomb. She gonna get that money. You know what I mean? Fact sports ain't fair at all. So when you get a chance to milk it or to really like squeeze the juice out the lemon, you do it. Sorry. I know the fighter fans don't want to hear it because they legacy until it's you getting punched in the face, until it's you in Tank Davis' shoes. You know what I mean? And you got two paths to travel. They both present a level of difficulty or different challenges, but one streak just a little darker than the other. But the other one brighter with more money, you're going to take that one too, man. You know what I'm saying? The boxing world been sticking it to you since you've been a pro. Get what I'm saying? You inherited hate and jealousy and envious energy since you've been pro because of who you was in arms with, right? Who was promoting you and pushing you. So man, if you Tank, man, you like, look, I gotta get it, bro. That's what it is. I got to get it. Rosdella, what it do? Notice, bro. Notice, I want to point something out. The people that had the biggest problem with it are fans that don't fight. The fighters, a lot of the fighters that came out and spoke about it don't rock with it. They support it. But then you got some that, you know, don't like it. And we're gonna get into that. You got to play that, man. Corden, he didn't think it was too you know, he didn't like it. We're going to play what Core had to say, man. Hit double tap the screen. We're going to keep building. Shout out to the homie Rod Zillier. Core, I think Core said he ain't watching it. He did an interview with TMZ. A little short joint. Where is it? There it is. But I'm telling you, sometimes you might say that now, but it'd be hard.
Were you like, what? Like, can that actually be, man?
Nah, I'm not shocked. I mean, his last fight when he fought Lamont, Jake Paul was at the fight. He told y'all he was going to fight somebody like Jake Paul. So I'm not shocked. It don't surprise me. So, nah.
You know, Shakur, Jake, when he fought Mike Tyson, he was 227 pounds. He was 199 and like 199 point something his last fight against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He hasn't been only boxing for a couple of years. He's 12-1. Tank Davis obviously been boxing his whole life. He's 30-0-1. He's knocked everybody out except for 3 opponents in his life. But at what point does size matter so much, though, where it can't be overcome, Shakur? And is it in this case here when you've got what is like a 70-pound difference between these two guys?
I mean, size will play some part of the fight, but if I'm thinking like I'm Tank, I'm probably just gonna go out there and try to outbox him and use my knowledge and IQ against him. So I can see Tank just outboxing him and making it real easy.
Is there any way any realistic or legitimate way in your mind you could see Jake Paul winning a fight against Tank?
No.
No way.
Nope.
Not a lot of people have talked about Jake and say he's got good power.
No way Jake win.
Not
like,
even,
and
I get anything could technically happen, but you don't even see a realistic shot where he could land one big punch and Tank being so much smaller, he just can't handle the power.
Nah, not at all. I think Tank is he's been boxing his whole life. He's been boxing since a kid, so I doubt like that's gonna be an issue or problem. I think Jake is good for where he's at, but I think it's just levels.
So I thought he was a hater, man. That's not something a hater would say now, is it? He like, man, hell nah. Tank been fighting all his life, man. He about to go in there and punch Jake in his shit, man.
Do you see a more likely chance that Tank wins by decision or by knockout?
By decision. I mean, that guy's too big. I don't think that he's just gonna knock that guy out. So I see him like outboxing him.
could you see a realistic possibility where Tank could knock him out? Although more likely that it is, like you just said, a decision.
Nah, I don't see him knocking him out. No.
Will you watch Shakur?
Knockout.
No.
Obviously, no.
Hell no. Nah, that ain't really like.
Hell nah. Hell nah. Boys be crying hell. Absolutely hell no. Jake running around down there 200. Tank wild for even doing it. See, the thing is, people are just looking at it because of the level, and I understand it in the name. It's Jake, but they not considering how much weight and shit that he giving up. Like, if punches land, that shit could have an effect. I don't care who you is on either side. So it's still a level of difficulty, or should I say, it's a level of danger that's presented when you fighting somebody that's that much bigger than you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like I said, here's the thing. Like, I got two sides of me when it comes down to, I got a business side, then I got a competitor side. And from the competitive aspect, it don't excite me for me to be like, okay, I want to watch it. But from the business side, I understand as though why would he go that route. So
I know some checks are just hard to say no to. If they had come to you, or they do come to you in the future with a similar type of offer, is that something that you would say, okay, hey, money's money and this is good money?
yeah, but I got a lot of pride, bro. So like,
I know
my pride may kick in to where it's like, if I just had a draw with somebody, I may go do the rematch just because of the fact that the people think that this guy could beat me. So I want to shut y'all up and let it be known that this guy can't beat me. It's not no debate. Yeah. So my pride may kick in, but then also, it's a lot of money on the table.
See,
I kind of get where he's at with it too.
See that? Some of this realest shit you're gonna hear. He could be sitting up there trashing him, but he, at the same time, look, he feel like he should have fought him or went a different route instead. But he like, look, it's a lot of money on the table, so I get it. You get what I'm saying? K calls what it do. Shout out to the homie Aunt McQueen. What's good with it?
Chilling, man. Shout out to the bomb and Shakur Stevenson for keeping it a stack, letting people know these type of opportunities, they're rarities, man. Shit, this is like a 1 in a billion opportunity for a boxer. We got far more guys who are electricians, who are Uber drivers, selling. What's my man's name? Bruno Saras was selling insurance.
Right.
And then look at that fight that he had with what's his name? That probably changed his life. That man was selling insurance and then knocked out Jaime Munguia, and now we know who he is. Now he on the map.
Shout out to Trey. Yeah. I'm telling you. And then you gotta think, bro. Like, also when it comes to that money, you got guys that let's say Jake Paul. Do you think he's supposed to be making the money that they say he making in boxing? Did he really earn it the way boxers earn it? Hell no. So you like, bro, you looking at that shit like, bro, what? He making what? It was how many people watching Netflix win? Nah, bro, it ain't no way. Hey, man, I want in on that. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got guys that have been boxing all their life and they ain't getting these type of opportunities, let alone the one guy that get a chance to do it. The more I think about it, the less I knock him for doing it, bro. I'm sorry, I just can't do it because I understand it. He like, bro, that's generational, man. People, and you would think your people would understand it, but they don't. It's the crazy part. They don't get it.
Ask anybody who's doing whatever the hell they doing right now. We could probably take up a survey in the chat. So if you're a truck driver, if you're a chef, or you got the catering business, or you got this, that, and the third going on, and somebody will come along and say, we're willing to more than quadruple your pay for you to do the same exact job, would you take that opportunity?
Right. You get what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. You're going to be like, man, start counting. You going to look, man. Got to get that money. I'm telling you, man, it's easy. What I learned, though, is easy to say what you won't do when you're not in the position, right? And I'm going to use Tank own words, right? I'm going to use his own words against him. Not in a bad way, but see, this probably PGH was good with her homie. See, this probably was his way of thinking initially too, right? Hold on, let me just play it. It's because it's short. is short, man. But he had a way that he viewed this situation beforehand before I actually got offered. So where is that joint at, man?
How about Jake? What do you think of Jake?
Clown.
Yeah.
He's a clown.
Who you got in the Tyson Fury Jake Paul fight? Or do you even care?
Tommy.
Or Tommy Fury. Tyson would be the same result.
Tyson, I think, because he's...
Can Tommy Fury even fight, though? Like, really?
He
I don't
looks
know.
fucking huge, by the way. Tommy's jacked.
I don't know. But I know that Jake can't fight.
Can't fight.
He can't fight. So...
Would you look at it as a joke if someone, if your team was like, yo, we want you to fight Jake Paul? Would you be like, come on, man?
I'd laugh at him. Like, you want me to fight him?
You think it'll ever come to the point where...
And you see that shit, and that was a little while ago. I mean, it's a little while ago, but shit changed when the opportunity is sitting in front of you, right? You like, hold on, man, because it's easy to feel that way because you like, man, that shit ain't happening. Ain't no way that dude clown. He can't fight. Ain't no way this shit happening. And then when it's put in your face, but look, time changed, time passed. You had opportunities to see this dude be a part of some shows and make some money.
That
so
actually be, man.
now your ideal of it is much different than what it was before. You like, man, hold on. Yep. I might have to consider this shit now. So that's all. I played that for that reason, to make that point. It's easier to feel that way when you're not, I guess, presented with the opportunity in front of you, right? Because then when it is you being a businessman and being about money and you having a team and they know what you like, they like, hey, man, what you think? But I did hear, not hear, I ain't got to say hear, Jake Paul put a statement out saying that, Tank's team was influencing the rematch, but he chose to fight him. So, hey, GQ was good with it, fan. So
you made an excellent point, though, just about time, bro, and how things change, not just in terms of perspective, but also at the time of that statement, Jake Paul was probably still fighting on Triller or whatever the hell that was, like when he was fighting Nate Robinson and them dudes.
Right.
And then now you see where it is now. MVP is doing big business, Netflix and crashing servers. You got Amanda Serrano to Katie Taylor.
Exactly.
They're the first women's event in the damn Garden, and then you got homegrown talent.
Exactly.
They're still fighting at the damn Hulu Theater. They not even selling out Madison Square Garden in the main room.
You get me?
So now that opportunity, it goes from it being laughable to it being very, very attractive. Let's say that situation, it had a real glow up.
Right. That's what it is. But so now she said, do I think he ducking the smoke? Nah. I think he making a business decision. I think he taking advantage of a once in a lifetime opportunity to fight a guy that was deemed a YouTuber by many people's standards not too long ago, and still by many, depending on who you talking to. You look at the way the business things change, like D for the Win said, man, everything is different now, and it really is, bro. Just look at it. Press conference, Showtime out, Amazon in. Did you hear what Tim Bradley said? They not giving PBC no money. Oh, really? So if I go and fight Roach, do I sit through another damn college dorm press conference, bro? Cause of whatever's going on with the business model, right? It's so much shit to consider, man. That's why I say, man, it's all about just the conversation. When you don't have all the answers, you shouldn't talk like you do. And people act like this is just 100%. Oh, this is him just being scary or ducking, avoiding. What if this shit is just business at the end of the day? Like, man, shit changed, man. I'm going to get this chicken real quick, man. You get me? I ain't about to
another great point, Josh.
Press conference, bro. I don't give a damn what none of y'all say.
Bro, remember we were hearing them reports that he wasn't pleased with the promotions. The last, 2 fights or so. He wasn't pleased with the promotions. And then conversely, you look at what MVP is doing. That women's card, the weigh-in production value was through the roof. The damn open workout, they had it at the Oculus building. By the World Trade Center, that funny looking building, looked like a spaceship.
Right.
They had 2 fights They had Crystal Rosado. I can't remember who she fought, and somebody else.
Right.
And there were people walking through, just like what, yo. It's like I'd never seen nothing like that before. I was like, damn. Like MVP really did a big one with the promotion.
Shout out to Sunchild. Facts. Right. Shit is crazy, man. We gonna see, man. Everything this just switched up, man. I just think he taking advantage of it now, right? He had to sit through this bullshit and deal with it, being treated less than, you know what I mean, less than his standard, right? It just wasn't up to par, man. And he's always fulfilled this end of the bargain, right? I mean, you've been loyal to the cause the entire way through, right? And now you sitting through shit, like you said, you discuss it with the promotion. He told people wasn't gonna be no press conference, right? He wasn't lying. One line. He said that shit. I'm telling you, man. You just never know with the business switching up the way it is. Tim Bradley hit on something, man. Said they ain't giving them the money. He said, all right, well, they ain't got that. I'm gonna go make more money with Jake. That's crazy to think that they can make more money together. That's crazy. The plug, Dub, what's good with it, Brody? How you feeling? Man. Yeah, right. I feel you there. I said the same thing. Like, you know, it's other options, but the more I talk about it, the more I think about it, the more I feel like I have somewhat of an understanding for it. You know what I'm saying? And how it could have gotten to this point. You get what I'm saying? How you could have got to this point. Telling you, bro, these dudes, man, opportunities come like this once in a lifetime. And I think he strike them out of iron hot. And in the process is leaving a lot of people disappointed because they felt like they was set up perfectly for a rematch to happen. But, man, get over it, man. In life, things change. People make different decisions. They change their mind. Plans change. No? So.
Speaking of people changing their minds, the first fight was much maligned. Nobody wanted to see that shit. Lamont Roach is a bum. He lost to Shakur's leftovers. How the hell you lose to Jamel Herring? He a scrub. He bringing up another 130 pounds. And then it turned out to be a good fight. And they're like, hold on a second. Now all of a sudden we need to see the rematch. Folks didn't even want to see the first one. Didn't appreciate it. This dude was a cherry pick. He was everything but his Christian name, bro.
That's a fact. That
now,
is a fact, bro.
This opportunity presents itself. It's like we just gotta allow things to play out. Allow things to play out. Do our due diligence.
Elijah was good, homie.
Go check out these fighters before we denigrate them and say what they aren't and this guy ain't this or that. It's like, nah. And then on the flip side of that, I just want to shoot some grace to Lamont Roach because I've seen people criticizing him on X about him just doing press and also that sign that he had up in the club. I'm not mad at him for extending his 15 minutes of fame or whatever the hell. Because he was over there fighting in obscurity when he was on Golden Boy.
Right.
Fighting in obscurity on Pro Box. And then now, you know, you have a close fight with what many people consider to be the face of boxing. And everybody and their mother want to talk to you.
Yeah.
You better take advantage of that. And then it also makes him a more attractive opponent for somebody else, for one of the other bigger names. We see him and Shakur talking about possibly mixing it up.
Right.
And I also feel like it gives that credibility on the other side of it, because let's say if Core was to just fight Lamont Roach without the Tank fight happening, people be like, oh, Lamont Roach is a bum ass dude, he just that and the third. But we seen him go push Tank to the brink. A lot of people felt like he should have won. So then now we looking at that like, damn, that's a potentially good fight right there. We just got another player at 135.
Right.
Potentially. So hey, Lamont Roach, milk every second of this. Go out there, try to maximize every opportunity that you can.
That's what I'm
Do
saying.
not let up.
Right. Yeah, man.
Go for it.
Yeah, man. Milk this shit. Make the most out of it. Make the best fight possible for yourself. And it's some good that could come out of this. That's why I said it ain't all bad, man. It's life after Tank. Remember, that should be like the gift that keep on giving. You know what I mean? You make the right call or right decision. After that, man, you put yourself in a really good space, man. That's what I want to see for him. Like, you know what I mean? Roach is a guy that we all should be getting behind at this point. You know what I mean? Roach versus Shakur, yeah, to be fired. You hear it? Like I said, the Pop said the same thing. You know what I mean? Both fighters got mutual respect. It's a great fight. I hear people calling for the Gary smoke. Don't seem like he really interested in that Gary fight right now. I'm just going off what Lamont was saying and how he was speaking and sounding, right? He like, man, like it's something else he could be doing. Big shout out to my dog, man. Hilltop. Appreciate that support, homie. Thank you, Tank, for changing the conversation. Boots gets the target off his back for a few weeks. Philly stand up. Shout out to Hilltop, man. I get to breathe for a little bit, but man, Tank, it's crazy. The funny thing is they're gonna ride Tank, but they're gonna be watching. This shit's gonna be hilarious. It's the same way they was riding Boots. They're gonna be watching. They're gonna be. Double tap the screen if you haven't, man. Sub to the channel if you haven't. We went vertical today with y'all, man. Double tap for your boy. And again, happy birthday to my baby girl. Salute to Hilltop. Appreciate you, fam. My God.
And we just damn impatient too, man. Let's wait and see what happens with that boot situation.
Stuff, man. You gotta hit me. You got IG or something, man. We definitely got some merch. Yeah, it is. The trade, man. Appreciate you, man. You like that logo? Yeah, man. I did that one myself. I put that one together myself. Yeah, we on the road to 10K. We close. We close somewhere. We getting there. We getting there. But yeah, man. It's more to come, man. Watch. They gonna be tuned in. Everybody gonna watch Boots go out there and do what he do to Lima. And I feel like the Boots era at 54 gonna start, and it's gonna be fun. And don't know all y'all remember all of that people was talking. Don't try to walk it back. I ain't trying to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Nah, man. I just wanted to see. Nah. B told you this. Don't give up on Buddy too fast, man. I gave up on the youngin, man. Gave up on him. He like, he don't want to fight nobody. Watch. Start kicking ass. Don't say nothing. Yeah, he get held to a different standard from his contemporaries, but at least with him, he deserves some money, earning potential for Jake Paul to target. Yeah. And again, you these guys spend so long grinding, put so much time in fighting for free and scraps and shit that these just opportunities you gotta like think about the percentage. And I say this for real, like think about the percentage of fighters that get paid or get that opportunity that Tank got right now. Think about it. That's why you hear so many different fighters like, man, look, you even hear Corey, he like, man, he shouldn't do it, man. But at the same token, he like, man, I understand that money. Like, you know what I mean? He can't diss it because he like, bro, if I had the chance, I don't know, I might consider it too. You get me? But he also said, like, as far as the rematch go, his pride, like, he had a draw. Feel like he'd want to get his lick back. And I believe it. Look what happened when Shock said he got the upper hand in sparring. When he ran him out the gym, he said he came back, won that smoke. So that's how he do. He gonna want his lick back for sure. Appreciate you, Trey. Yeah, shout out to my guy, man. But yeah, shit. I'm telling you, man, that money on the line is just no telling, bro. It's hard to say what you won't do when it's not something that's a reality for you. Like, it's easy, but I ain't taking that money. I'm gonna go do the harder job for less money because the fans legacy. Yeah, right. That dude gonna be like, hold on. You know what? Just to change gears, for perfect example, right? Forget exactly what movie it was that Eddie Murphy was supposed to like get. And he made a choice between that movie and, like, I think he said Holy Man, where he just wearing a robe and in nice weather and all that. So at this point, he already established. So which role do you think he take? The action flick with all the, explosions and, climbing and jumping and just, you get what I'm saying? All that type of shit, be it physical or opposed to wearing a robe in nice weather, some simple lines, right? Well, Holy Man, like, it's the same thing with boxing. Like, dudes ain't taking the tougher road just for the hell of it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, let me take, Rush Hour. My God. My God, I couldn't remember it, though. Yeah, Rush Hour. So you get me? You're not going to be like, nah, let me take the tougher job for the less money. Yeah, fans going to appreciate it. You know what I mean? Tank fans can never talk about anyone ducking ever. Yeah, but I don't know about Tank fans. I can't speak for Tank fans individually, but I could say for Tank supporters, it's deeper than duck. Shout out to Dub, man. It was Rush Hour. So you get me, you see what kind of movie that was opposed to Holy Man. You get me, this Eddie Murphy, he getting paid either way. You know what I mean? Which one you gonna take? You gonna take the, you know what I mean? The easier work, bro. And that's just what it is. People don't want to hear it, but that's the reality. And that's how people approach life. Don't nobody go through life doing shit the harder way on purpose. You know what I mean? Knowing it's the easier, like, nah. It's just not smart. Not smart.
Bug cinema. Hell does movies. Hell no. And they teams would advise them against that too. Most of these guys. You think that these dudes want to potentially spoil their investment by just throwing them in there with just killer after killer? These guys that are in there facing the killers, those are all the B-side dudes, all the journeyman dudes who don't have any other choice but to fight these hard-ass fights.
Right. And I seen this floating around this conversation, 5 fighters that he should be fighting instead. See, key word for people, should. I get it, but I would say could be fighting. Get it? Because I can't tell nobody what they should be doing. You know what I mean? I understand, but the obvious number one, and Corey Stevenson, that sells itself. That's self-explanatory why they should fight. Whether or not that shit ever happens, I wish I knew for sure, but I think it's something that it sells itself for sure. I think for obvious reasons, right? Keyshawn Davis would have been something nice to see, but I never thought that was going to happen. Lamont Roach, we've seen it once, thought we were seeing it again. That didn't come to fruition, but we all know that'd be a great fight. Tiafimo as well, and then Manny, for like some strange reason, there's possibility of happening. Especially if he do what some people are reporting that he's gonna do, fight Jake then Manny and slide out. You know what I'm saying? And people gonna be complaining about that. Oh man, he retired, he ain't fight that guy. I'm like, man, whatever, man. So it's a good conversation. Those are all good fights for him. Real fights, meaningful fights, but man, I don't think they're in the cards, man, right now. The worst division in boxing, nobody wanted to fight each other. And I don't think nobody wanted to fight each other. I think these guys not in total control. And as long as that's the case and there's politics involved in this sport, you're gonna see fights not get made regularly. You know what I'm saying? And we be blaming the fighters. In reality, like, think about it. Follow the money, follow the paper trails, man. A lot of these fights be discussed on social media and different things like that. But when it comes to the business, how much of an effort is the business putting into making some of the fights that we argue about the most? You know what I'm saying? So,
yep. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, I would love to see an itemized list. Just like a full breakdown of all of the costs.
Right.
To get a fight over the hump.
Me too.
And then also and I've been thinking about this after I saw Michael Hunter's, he had his itemized list. When he was talking about camp fees and spending like over $100,000 in camp. So I'm like, damn, I could only imagine what a promoter or a manager or whomever else would spend to try to get a fighter to a certain level.
Right.
And we'd be foolish as hell not to think that these people would want to jeopardize their investment and not see a return on that. Right. So more often than not, the decisions are going to be informed by that. Not by what the fans want to see, not by who people believe would be legacy and so on and so forth. Like, we'll get there. But right now it's about recouping. Can you put asses in seats? And I think that's what Jake Paul, he is a harsh reminder of just that. Like, yo, this shit is not about merit. It ain't about the work you do in the ring. It's about being able to put asses in seats, being able to lock down broadcasting deals and so on and so forth. Like, that's really what it comes down to. Because otherwise, what would incentivize these people to make these fights take place? Because once again, a lot of people got to get paid.
Jose was good. Yeah. I said the same thing. I agree, 1,000,000%. It's a
bro.
lot of palms that get greased when
A
some of these
whole
guys
lot.
fight. Mm-hmm.
And even behind the scenes, because I remember like back in April when I was at the Boots fight. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting and I'm just trying to calculate everything. I'm looking at the cameraman. I'm like, damn, I wonder how much they had to pay him. They had a DJ
Right,
playing the whole damn event.
right,
I'm like, damn, I wonder what
right,
they had to pay him.
right.
Then you got somebody operating the lights, and I'm like, damn, I wonder what they
Right.
had to pay him.
Real,
And
ain't
then
it?
you see the video playing on the jumbotron. Somebody had to edit that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't for
Mm-hmm.
free.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Somebody had to pay him. So I'm like, yo. And then the pictures that we see of these guys on the fly, like that picture right there, he probably took that picture in front of a green screen or something like that. Somebody had to edit that.
Right. Right.
So it's like a whole lot of people that got to get paid. And I didn't even reach like the managers and the teams and the nutritionists and this one and that
Mm-hmm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole lot of money being made off these cats' backs. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that the ones that are smart enough to realize it, those are the ones who say, listen, you got to pay me top dollar. Because we seen
Right.
what happened throughout the annals of time in boxing and in the other industries too. Like look at like music. TLC, they second album, Crazy Sexy Cool, that shit generated $75 million. They only got paid 500,000 respectively.
Yeah, and that's
Each
crazy.
member.
Criminal.
That's beyond criminal. The
Mm-hmm.
album generates $75 million. They get 1.5 that they got to split 3 ways
Right.
out of 75 mil. So I couldn't even be mad at any of these cats. Like, hold on. Like I was talking to T her earlier about the bug situation. People say he got
Right.
audacity to ask to see the books. Well, if you're supposed to give me a percentage or something, I want to know what the percentage is of. Like, what the hell is the
Yeah.
pot? So I
Yeah.
can make sure I get my fair share. Don't just tell me, hey, this is 25% or this is 30% or whatever. 20 or 30% of what? I need to see everything.
Right.
So I can know I'm getting my fair share. I'm not out here just getting screwed.
Yeah.
We don't care about that shit though. We just want to see these dudes shut up and fight.
Right. That shit crazy, man. It's a lot to consider. It's a lot that go into it, and it's so easy for a fight to go wrong, for some shit to go wrong in a fight, and then not go over the hump. That shit is regular too. That's how they want to. Why I don't think Tank ain't scary, and I don't think the Ali act killed boxing. Boxing's still here, bro. Boxing's still here. People been saying boxing been dead for the longest, but it's still here. It just all depends on what set of lens you looking through. How you looking at it? Is the glass half empty or half full for you? Because it's never been a perfect sport. It's never going to be. In fact, it's probably the most imperfect sport we got. That's the known to man shit, but it's a lot of good that exists if you just look at it for what it is. I think about it. People's biggest issues is things that they can't control. And in this sport, people are very possessive. Like they feel like they got the right to tell you how to move, who to fight, where to sign, how much money to take, what's a low ball. You get everything. Like so.
Preach.
Mm-hmm.
And with them other sports, with those other sports, man, these guys got guaranteed contracts. Their
Mm-hmm.
performance, win, lose, or draw, you gonna get paid the same thing. This boxing shit is not the same. You take a bad L and all of a sudden now your stock is plummeting. Or you decide that you don't want to re-up with them and they put together a damn smear campaign.
Right.
On the way out, giving you lesser opponents, only making half of the venue available to make it look like you only sold X amount of tickets.
Right.
Like these folks got ways of controlling things. This shit is a real pimp hole type dynamic.
It is. It really is. It really is, and people don't get it. People do not get it. Peace to the Queen Shay. How are you feeling today? Good to see you in the building. Blessings to you. Double tap the screen, y'all. We're gonna cook for a bit more, man. Again, happy born day to my baby girl. Make sure y'all double tap, man. But this shit is gonna be interesting to see how everything play out, man. And I hope people don't get too caught up in what the next man is doing and forget that y'all better be focusing on y'all next move too, man. Focus on your next move, just like Tonka Tank. what's his name? What they call Tonka Tank. Telling you, man. But yeah, man, they've been crashing out all over the internet. And it's the reason, y'all, why I use that picture too while we here. The picture with them toasting with the champagne with the money in the back. Yeah, man, I ain't just use it for no reason. It's the reason why I had that up there. Because while we sitting up here bickering and arguing about why, if he's scared of this one or scared of that one, they gonna be toasting it up, chilling, bro. They're not gonna care. They gonna be cashing in. They not enemies. Why we mad at each other? People gonna have fallouts with people over the conversations that's gonna, come about from this situation, right? Whole time they gonna be cashing in and chilling, living life. I'm telling you, bro. It's gonna be wild. He's not fighting anyone. It's an exhibition. We know that, Dave. We know, Dave. We know. But we ain't tripping. You know why, Dave? Because we ain't gotta watch it. We don't want to, We can go just look at something else that day. Or just go make yourself busy that day, man. Don't tune in. But fact of the matter is people gonna watch that shit. They're gonna watch it. They gonna watch it. Shout out to my guy. But yeah, man. He was fighting any of those guys, it'll be a good thing for him. But it is what it is, man. One take Jake, you know what I'm saying? One take Jake in the mix, bro. But I'm telling y'all, they're gonna be toasting it up, cashing checks, sipping champagne, toasting to the good life. And y'all gonna be on YouTube, IG, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. And y'all gonna be in the comment sections arguing about the outcome of the fight and how much it got paid. They gonna just be enjoying life. I'm telling you. That's how that's gonna go. It's not gonna be much to come out of this, man. It's people ain't gonna they'll complain for a little while, but they'll move on. But something else I wanted to discuss for a bit before we go anywhere. This is something I did see floating around a little bit too, man. Because this is the blowback. I see people are, calling for him to be stripped. And they like, man, he don't deserve a belt. He ain't fighting. He ain't defending the title against nobody, X, Y, and Z. And he need to be stripped. And I get it. But they are talking about, discussing whether or not he's going to remain the champion. So, no, she don't live in Baltimore. Why would she live in Baltimore? No. He got a year to surrender. You know what I mean? So maybe they give him some time before they even try to strip him. I'm not big on calling for people titles. I really don't care. But if you have no intent whatsoever of unifying or defending it, then yeah, I mean, against one of the guys, yeah, hey, toss it. You don't really need it that much anyway. Because your name is your name. You solidified yourself. You are who you are, and you're going to always be who you are. So the title, I don't think changes much for Tank. I don't think he has to have one for, I don't think it changes now. I think people just want to genuinely see him fight. And I think this Jake Paul situation is going to prove it. You know what I mean? That people just want to see him fight. And sometimes that's really what it's all about, man. Just watch the sport, man. And when they give us something that we really want, let's really get behind it and support it. And when they don't, then, turn the eye. You know what I mean? WBA will review the status of Gervonta Davis as its lightweight champion after it was announced that Davis will fight Jake Paul in November. Davis could possibly be stripped after failing to comply with an order to face Lamont Roach Jr. Shout out to Brunch Boxing. So that's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? That is a possibility.
I'm with you, Shawa. They ain't gonna do shit. They not.
He a money maker, so they gonna find a way.
That 3% hit different.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's 3% is not the same.
Mm-hmm. So they gonna put up with a little bit of shine. And it's funny they got the shock look too.
They gonna be hitting Tank with the hey big head text messages. With a little fingernail polish emoji and shit.
You make that brethren, send him a little bit of chrome hearts, man. You know what I'm saying? Tank, we got these chrome hearts.
Just make sure you double back after the, you know what I'm saying, after the little Jake Paul situation. We'll leave the key under the mat for you.
You know what I mean? Everybody just need their taste, man. They little taste. You know what I'm saying? Wet they beat, man. Trying to get their beat wet, man.
If you could break bread with Jake, you could break it with us, you know?
You know? Yeah, they gonna want their tank cut. Reef, you did. They like, man, as long as you ain't forget, you know, who you been. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? When sanctioned about it, you've been fighting for all this time. We always show love.
Who got your back? You know who been looking out. That's how it goes, though, man.
Jay Bezel, who said hi? Who said hi? Yeah, man, you get me, Shay? Well, that's how they be coming. You know what I mean? That's how they be. That's how it be, man. Hey, Tanky, who you fighting next in our order? They like, man, yeah, who you want next, Tank? Gervonta, who you want next? After Jake. You want Lamont? They probably like, nah. They're going to find them somebody. And that's what I'm saying, too. Think about how much could go into a decision of who somebody's going to fight if they're not solely making it. And so many people are like reliant on this person fighting to get paid. Think about that. Man, you probably got shit coming from every which way about who you should fight next. Because people just want to get paid. So you think they want their paydays to end by, like, I don't know, man. Hell no, man. I can just see it now, bro. We know that because Jake, the A side, chose a lowly B side tape for a reason. Everybody ain't the same. Neither y'all. The percentages, unfortunately. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to told you, man. Hey. It's gonna be crazy, man. These next few weeks gonna be interesting. I will say that, though.
Call me the B side if I'm projected to make 50 plus.
Yeah, I gladly take the side, bro. Gladly be the B side. The sponsors
Facts, Jay Bezel.
Crazy. Yeah.
You know they're gonna have sponsors through the roof. It's gonna be hella commercials on that night.
Yeah.
They did it during that damn Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor. They had so many commercials. I said, damn, I never seen commercials like this on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
In between fights, ad every 30-second ads and shit. I'm like, damn,
yeah,
where this come
from?
Was
doing, Ant. They knew what they was doing for sure, bro. They knew it.
They knew people was tuning in.
They was doing.
Like bro just said, they was collecting that bag, man.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And we'll see, man. This shit is gonna be interesting, though, man. As to how the rest of this play out, the rest of this year play out, should be fun. Should be fun, man.
We need these promotional companies to get their damn acts together, though, so they can build all these fighters' profiles and make it worth their while.
Yeah.
That's why we have such a huge disparity in pay. Because it's based on the ticket sales and pay-per-view projections and sales histories and all that other stuff. If they spent more time building these fighters up instead of doing the bare minimum with the damn promotion.
Right.
And then the other thing too is go where the people are. If you can find a way to get into people's homes, like I don't mind the zone. I know a lot of people complain about it, like, oh, the zone, but I like the fact that they got a nice back catalog. Right. They be in crispy HD, something like the old fights and everything. So I don't be tripping on that part of it. I think as a whole, it's worth the value.
Right.
But in the case of growing boxing, who the hell knows the zone but us?
Right.
Like I could ask, I'm over here at Five Below right now. I could ask you got the zone on your phone, or you got a zone description? What the hell is that? Everybody know Netflix though.
Right.
And that's why boxing was so successful back in the days, during the ABC era and all that stuff.
Right.
Because everybody and their mother had ABC on their TV.
If fight boxing needs Nick balling anyway, dudes cricket. Smash the like button, sub to the channel. Look, I like that fight. I think Nick Baller gets stopped though.
Yeah, he
And
trying to
reason
get Nick
being,
Ball beat the fuck up. That's what he
yeah,
trying
he
to
get hit
say.
a lot, bro. He too tough for his own good. I don't see him lasting 36 minutes with anyway on the other side punching like that. You get me?
Too
But it will
sharp.
be a great fight. It'll be fun as long as it lasts, but I think he gets stopped. Hood Rich, what it do, man? Where you been at, man? Pernell, Penny. I don't think they're gonna fight. Who that? Jake and Tank. Pernell. Pernell showed me what's up. Shout out to Pernell Penny, man. Hit the like button. Double tap the screen, sub to the channel, man. You
Teach
know.
my son how to be a man.
Yeah, I mean it's always a possibility that it don't get over the hump because it's boxing, right? They could end up promoting this shit and it just never happened, right? But I did hear that his team was trying to influence the Lamont Roach rematch, but he instead wanted to do the Jake Paul thing. And that's that money, man. That money talks, man. You know the rest. BS runs a marathon. He don't care. Tank said, Jakey said, Jake. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, let it happen. Say Jake, God forbid, he fights Joshua because Jake will never see daylight again. Yeah, Joshua would have did him pretty bad, I think, too. I think Joshua would have did a number on Jake. I think he didn't want it, though. That fight fell apart. You could read about it. That fight fell apart or something like that. I was reading on it. That was something that he was really considering. I was like, yeah, but Joshua ain't gonna lay down. He gonna knock your head off. I think.
Nope.
Punch your head between the rafters some damn where, bro. Telling you, gonna punch your joint through the rafters, B. And it ain't gonna be good for you. Tyson got 10 million to be a B-side. Yeah, man. He should fight Roach and got paid. Yeah, I think that Roach fight, man, I think it's just a good chance they could have just changed their mind, yo. It's unfortunate because it leaves Roach without a dance partner, at least for right now, having to kind of, scramble and figure it out. But this is boxing for you, man. Yeah.
That point alone, man, it speaks to what Alicia Baumgartner was saying. When you have an opportunity, you got to take full advantage of it. Or as the old folks would say, one in the hand is worth two is better than two in the bush. You know what I mean? You got that opportunity. Better lose yourself in the moment.
Right.
No pun intended. Get that paper,
shout
man.
out to Hood Rich. Yeah, for me, I only feel bad for Roach if he can't find a great opportunity for himself after this because he deserved one. But I think he'll figure it out because I think his name will be in demand. Oh man, that's dope. Shout out to Jay Basil, man. Shout out to you and happy birthday to your cousin as well, man. Yeah, man. That's my daughter. She don't stay in Baltimore. We from Jersey. So shout out to my baby girl Kyra, man. Yeah, man. You know, them teenagers, 16 going on 60. 26. But shout out to Jay Basil. Y'all, I ain't know why you was asking, man. I appreciate that, man. Shout out to everybody that came to pull up for the B-Day stream, man. We're gonna cook for a little bit more, man, while we're here. Why not? Roach will still get paid. Kobetron was good with it, fam. Cause how he was talking. Like the fight. Yeah, for me, I don't think it was that because that don't justify it. It's the hurt business, man. I don't think Tank that sensitive. I just think he a businessman, and I think he cared more about that money than what people talking about. And he's always said that. You get what I'm saying? If you Tank, do you care what hating ass person talking about? Hell nah, bro. You done like it's just so much shit that you can't care about that. And I just don't think he do. And he like, man, hell with that. I'm gonna go do me. Think about it, legal issues, right? It's some people that question maybe he might want some money after dealing with legal. Who knows, right? There you go. There go an angle, right? You got a reason to go make some money. Like, think about it, man. You spend your life getting to a point, and now you have an opportunity to do some shit that you ain't never gonna be able to do. Why not do it? If it's a once in a lifetime thing, it's an easy decision to make. You get what I'm saying? It's very easy. It's like a no-brainer. It's crazy because think he's standing to make more money from the Jake Paul fight than a Roach rematch. So there you go. You get me? So like it's easy. Man, shout out to Jay Basil, man. Appreciate you, Hood Rich, and shout out to Shayla, man. Shout out to everybody wishing the baby girl a happy born day.
And it's
Yeah,
gonna
they
be
could get
and
a
it's gonna be
lot of viewers to
asterisk next to it either way,
Canelo.
bro.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he's come to that realization because I think that Tank probably does care about what people say. I mean, the way he reacted to the boos
Right.
in
Yeah,
in the Barclays Center,
right.
but and Andre Berto, he alluded to it. Like you've
Mm-hmm.
seen the way people reacted to him, the way that people were talking about him, so on
Mm-hmm.
and so forth. And you made an excellent point too about Terence Crawford, and I've made the observation as well. The man has won titles in 4 weight classes,
Mm-hmm.
2 times undisputed, and folks are still swear up and down he ain't fight nobody.
Right. Right. Right.
So it's like, what the hell do you want me to do? And Paulie, I understand where Paulie's coming from because I feel like his opinion is informed by his experience.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't a guy that was afforded the same opportunity to fight for such big money in
Right.
what many people would consider to be a circus event or whatever else the case may be. You know what I mean? Paulie, he had to get it the difficult way. He didn't have a lot of power. He didn't have crazy athleticism, didn't have a whole lot of star power.
Mm-hmm.
So he's looking at it through that lens. Like this dude literally had to scratch and claw for a lot of what he was able to accomplish.
Right.
And Tank, this is one of those opportunities where it's too easy, but it's also just too big of an opportunity to just pass up. But one thing I didn't agree with Paulie was how he only mentioned one side of the resume talk. Where he
Yeah.
said, like, yeah, this is Tank's resume, and all of his contemporaries could have beat the guys that he faced.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, this is no disrespect to him, but when we talk about his contemporaries, are we gonna sit here and say we don't think that Tank could have beat what's my man's name that Tiafimo fought, the big ass dude, the Japanese dude, Nakatani?
Nakatani, yeah.
We don't think he could have beat Diego Magdaleno
Right.
or Mason Menard
Mm-hmm.
or Richard Comey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nah, I don't think they're gonna strip him. Because like who they gonna get in the meantime to fight for the title. The money that people I think could make when he does defend it will be the incentive, I think, the driving force for not stripping him. So they probably give him a timetable or something to make it sound like something, make it look good. Maybe he still to ignore that shit. Because if he do what I think, well, what some people was reporting he gonna do, it'd be pretty interesting. Lamont Roach said, "Told y'all, LOL, duck." And Ellie Sackback. See, this is what I don't do as a supporter of the sport. I don't do what Ellie's doing. Tank about to get paid. What are you doing next? I'ma just chill. You gotta relax, yo, because like, first of all, the fight not happening, it ain't because of Lamont Roach. And if it was the other way around and Lamont Roach won the fight, and you know what I mean, and pulling out of the rematch or not taking a rematch, taking something else, y'all be jumping down his throat. So I really don't respect the people that's going at Lamont Roach like he doing something wrong. He got left in the wind. Listen to what he said. He got a reason to feel that way. Y'all be so in line with y'all favorite fighter that you act like he bugging or something. Nah, he not. He like, bro, man, this dude told y'all he ain't want to fight. Because I told you, they said that his team was influencing him to take the rematch. And they said he chose to say, nah, I want Jake. So there you go. There you go. Strictly on the fighter. So all the people that's mad about the fight, you can't be mad at Lamont. Think about it. People more mad at Lamont for him feeling the way he did after going 12 rounds with him than they are for the fighter electing to fight Jake Paul and not Lamont. I think people need to keep in mind the reason the fight ain't happening is not on his end. So it's like you can't knock him. Can't knock Lamont for wanting a rematch that he earned. He said going back to pro box. I think his name good though out there, Lamont. I think people want to see him. They want to see what he gonna look like at 35 or what fight he possibly gonna take next. Now they not getting a rematch. So
And Ellie, man, he gotta I can't even say what he got to do. I'll say this.
Mm-hmm.
With a platform that big and you're covering the sport of boxing, it's probably best to remain as neutral as you possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
Or to address things with a certain degree of tact.
Yeah.
Like, you can have your opinions, but when you attacking this man's character, you the most two-faced,
Right.
you know what I mean, and calling him a clown and all that, like, that's
Yeah.
like, bro, that's not even your place
Yeah.
to even
Because
do
then
that type of stuff.
you don't keep the energy when people see you. Like, I know people personally that done chased this man. Chased him. Like, you know what I mean? They say he get on a good foot and get gone. He see you out in the real world. So yeah, I just don't like when guys jumping fighters back and forth, or like what he said is like it shouldn't make a guy that covered the sport on his level have anything to say like that. And you call a man a clown, then you see him and it's gonna be like something different. So it's like, why talk to him that way? He could feel that way. Let's not act like we don't know why Lamont feels that way. You damn dummies. He told him, yeah, they could fight like soon, June or whatever in a rematch and all these different things, the back and forth. And then it went from that to radio silence, no interviews, no nothing. Oh shit, Jake Paul, November 14th. They're like, what? So come on, man. Like, if y'all really for boxing, then you'll understand where Lamont coming from. Don't care if it's your favorite fighter that it's against. See, like, yo, he got a point. He fought his ass off. He thought a rematch was coming. Think about it. Dude was in camp. They had to send sparring partners back and everything. People took time away from their families. Go watch the interview with his dad talking about it, man. That shit ain't cool. That's bad business. I ain't gonna hold you, but I know it's only a small percentage of the few that's gonna have that conversation and really hold the fighter accountable. You know what I mean? But most people gonna ignore it and treat it like, oh well, okay, it's perfectly fine that he fighting this guy and not Lamont next. I understand it. Get your money, Tank. It's a great fight. It's a smart move. It's a lot of money, and all of that stuff is true. But they not. I know damn well if any of these other guys, you know what I mean, did something like that, they'd be crucified. And sometimes it's good that it's a popular guy that it happening to, because he won't receive the kind of scrutiny I think that one of these less popular guys would if they were to make a move like that. But he's still gonna get criticized, as y'all seeing now. So I mean, but it is a risk, shit. Because think about if something don't go right, you look bad, get knocked out, don't fight the right way, man. Some shit can always go wrong in boxing.
And we got to be even-handed with our criticism and with our grace.
Mm-hmm.
Like the same way we could say, man, it's an awesome move for Tank. I think it's also fair to say, damn, what about Lamont Roach's payday? I don't like when folks start saying shit like, oh, he just mad because he won a payday. You fucking right.
Uh-huh.
Right. What do you think? What do you think he's boxing for?
Mm-hmm.
Same reason why we all go to work.
Yeah, does
get paid.
And I agree, bro. That is the fight, but I just think it's less likely to happen, and I don't see the powers that be influencing them to take a fight like a Shakur Stevenson. If you planning your exit strategy, I don't know if he's going to be part of that plan on the way out. You know, it's unfortunate, but we're going to see. Time will tell, and all I could do is sit back and enjoy the ride, man, you know, and see what these dudes, what kind of fights they able to put together. You know what I mean? Canelo and Crawford, examples of legacy chasing fighters, yeah, for sure. And look, to that point though, Crawford's still getting trashed for taking the fight. Why ain't he doing this? Why he ain't just fight somebody at 54? He should have just fought this one. He should have. It's like always telling these guys what they should do. So now, he is still chasing greatness, man. I hope he prove it. Hope he dethrone Canelo. I'd love to see it. They're gonna be sick if he win. Boy, they're gonna be sick.
Nah, they're gonna be saying that Canelo was old. He was over the hill.
No,
he was never really that good. He always lost all his big fights.
You know how that go. That's one of the reasons why Crawford stays sharp. I'm not trying to say that's why he is who he is, but I think he surrounded himself with them young cats that be dogs, as well as the people that, you know, help him stay sharp. And man, I'm telling you, man, they say they got some good rounds in. We should have known this was coming. Core can't keep his ass out the gym. Any opportunity he got to work, he gonna do it. So I think this is dope. I think he might be done for the rest of 25, bro. I think first quarter, maybe. Because the only fight is Lamont. Lamont was thinking next year anyway. So I like that. I really do like that fight for him. If he can't find something better, I don't see a lot of options. I don't. And I really, the hell with Kid Austin. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the rest of this year play out, though. Double tap if y'all have
Rounds today with the GOAT. Man, that's beautiful to see. This dude, Bud, is like the ultimate boxing fan, though, because you be seeing this dude at damn near every event. I was watching the IBA card, the one I was out, they had in Turkey. He was in the crowd. I was like, what the hell? Seen him at another one, too.
Yeah, I mean, Kid Austin is cool. I just don't like the way he's being promoted. I don't. I think Bud uses those young kings to stay sharp, stay young, always challenge yourself, things like that. I like to see that, man. Budrick.
My man said with them 8 kids, hell yeah. And you know, all his kids in the sports too. That's a lot of sneakers, a lot of equipment, fees and everything.
Right.
Oshaki Foster, Stephen Folter. I can't wait for that one too.
Yeah, man. I'm glad that they got a date, or and they got saved since them not being on the Tank and Roach rematch. So at least they got salvaged. October 25th is a good date, man. I want to see this fight, man. Shit, it's gonna be a good one. I believe, man. This shit could go either way too. I don't know if I lean towards Cool Boy or Shop. I don't know. Rolling South Sports, what's good with it, fam? Yeah, I can't wait for this shit either. This one of the ones. Kid Austin got a main event coming up in November, if I'm not mistaken. Fight somebody in November, so he get to resume his career as well. Yeah, that fight been signed though, because Shock said that in his interview with Cigar Talk. It just was a matter of when it was going to take place, because it was supposed to be on the undercard of the rematch, but that got scrapped, so they got another date. They got to keep their fight. Business as usual, man. This gonna be one of the ones I think Cool Boy kind of slept on. I don't know why people be thinking shit sweet with him, man. Got a hell of a resume to do for beat by how many 7, 8 undefeated guys, man. Cool Boy kicking some ass for years, man. People got to put a little more respect on his name. It's like you can't lose in boxing, man, because that's all they'll remember and talk about. Yeah, that anyway fight, Hood Rich, they act like he just ain't nothing. But good lately though. Yeah, he picked it back up. Got knocked down by Castro in that return fight, but since then looked good against Brandon Figueroa. Look exceptional, man. That shit was night and day. Made it look like he ain't belong in there with him. You know what I'm saying? Made it seem like he ain't belong in there with him. Schofield being the Virgil versus Lubin undercard, 11-8 in Dallas. Cool. Dope. November. Cool, man. November 8th. Yes, let's go, man.
Erickson is building a hell of a resume in terms of the names. This dude, the Lord of the Smoke, for real. Erickson Lubin. Every time you turn around, this dude is in a tough fight.
Right.
Not just the resume and the names, but I mean, he's performed well in every fight. Even the fight that he lost, he performed extremely well in it. It's just that my man Fundora was able to turn the tide. But he had Fundora in a bad predicament.
Castro, okay. That's an easy. Well, I ain't gonna say easy, but that's a win for Ray Vargas.
I like Erickson Lubin. And like you said, he don't duck no smoke. That boy, he run to the smoke. Shout out to
Nah,
him.
I'll answer that for you, Hood Rich. He wasn't lying when Shock was talking about putting hands on court. I'm a real one. I could tell you from people that know. Yeah, he got some. It's had a couple sparring sessions where he got the upper hand. And not to minimize it in any way, but just to put it in its proper perspective. Like Shakur, what, 28 now? We talking about sparring sessions from maybe, man, it's some years ago, man. 8, 10 years. You talking about teen? He was a teen, so you know, from then to now, it's much different. And then I also heard that he spoke about just his success. He didn't really speak about the entirety of it, but he wasn't lying or nothing like that. Know what I'm saying? I would be lying if I told you that, you know, Shakur wins every single sparring session ever. Like, nah, that would be a lie. Sometimes guys gonna get on your ass, and he had it happen. Shock gave him great work. You see, he said he wanted his lick back, wanted to keep coming back, getting smoked with him. That just shows what kind of fighter he is. Shock always been nice, but just a little bit older. So, yeah, he was getting put, you know, out of that core a little bit. But, you know, hearing directly from the guy that knows them both well, because I'll give y'all another little thing. We call him Oshaki. It's Oceanique. Really, his name is Oceanique. But, yeah, had some competitive sparring sessions, man. You know what I mean? Shock been nice, so I think his biggest issue has been having 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And when he finally made the decision, you seen the career, like the results followed it. But I think that 1 foot in, 1 foot out mentality is what stops him from being on the level that Shakur is on. I don't give a damn about them sparring sessions from back then. I see common opponent. I see consistencies and performances or the mistakes that's made from either guy. And I just don't see a scenario where he beats him as a professional at all, just because of what they've shown me. Like, I don't see it, right? Like, man's Abraham Nova fight looked a certain way. Yeah, you beat him, but it's like, okay, you know what I mean? Can see how that fight looked a certain way. I'm like, Court, that shit is night and day. And then he beat him up right in front of him. It's like, you decided to box a guy. I felt like you should have won, but that cost you. Imagine Shakur doing what he doing and cost him a fight. You get what I'm saying? Like this IQ decision making. Like I don't know, but maybe the fact that they familiar with each other will have a Tank Roach situation, right? Maybe. So, but I just don't think Core's the same fighter that he was all them years ago. Like, not even close, right? So, yeah, man, respect his shot, but he's a little older. At a different point in his career, I see Core as absolute prime. I think it's a little bit of debate if Shocky's in his, you know. You know what I'm saying? I think they had slightly different points. And then I just think overall Core better fighter. I do. I don't care about those damn sparring sessions. You could do that shit under the lights. Oh, you got all my respect. Still got my respect, period. But it was because he's saying like he want to go press that button and go up there and try to fight him. That I would love to see. I just want to see good fights, man. And the sparring wars that y'all had makes the matchup intriguing. You know what I'm saying? Lamont, you know what I mean? Russells, man, the Russells could be in the man. I want to see all of that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Gary is finally at 35, man. No, he ain't done with Castaneda. It's no telling who he could fight. I just want to see some good matchups, man. If anybody wasn't a cherry pick, yeah, it's like it's tough, man. He wasn't supposed to be that kind of challenge, but he was, right? And you can't, sometimes you just can't measure it on paper, man. There's no barometer to how a fight gonna play out. Wills, what it do, homie?
What's up with you, Jeff? How you been?
And all good, all good. Y'all double tap the screen for me, man. If y'all haven't subscribed to the channel, if you're new. We on the road to 10K. Subscribe to the channel. I know we got some new people in here. And hit the like button, y'all. Double tap the screen. What's up with y'all, man? But man,
look, man,
it's a good fight though right here.
With you, Jeff. Man, I ain't gonna be mad at Tank because you know they let Canelo do it. and get away with it for years.
Right.
Fighting everybody else except the person they want to, you know, who's the top dog in the division there. So I'm not gonna be mad at him because, you know, Tank had already showed that
Right.
he didn't want to fight those guys.
Right.
As much as he says he did, this
out
right
to
here is the prime example of why he don't want to, because
Mhm.
you can't say everybody too big, but then say you knock out heavyweights, but then say that they gain too much weight. But then here you go about to fight a fight at one with a guy that's 195.
Right.
So that's why it irks me. But I'm not gonna
Mike
be mad.
Kirkland, what's good, brother? How you feeling?
I understand that.
I just think, man, it's one of them things where you gotta consider where a person started, what they become accustomed to, how they've been groomed within the sport, right? One thing we can always say is that man about that bag. And when you think about what Jake Paul represents, is that bag. Start making more sense to you why he'll take the fight. And you like, shit, Lamont Roach is scrappy as hell. We know each other. He gonna put up another tough fight. Win, lose, or draw. That dude gonna put up another tough fight. But I got an opportunity to fight, and I could possibly make more money on the other side. Or more than likely gonna make more money fighting that dude. That damn YouTube. This dude out here, think about it. Look, this dude in my sport making money that people that done it since they was kids ain't been able to make. I'd be a fool if I don't get my foot in there and get some of that too. Hold on, Jake. Hey man, we might could break bread. Shit looking a little, you get me? Looking a little different now. We like, hey, Jake. Jake.
Yo,
Jake, you gotta talk, man. You get me? Next thing you
Just
know,
do.
they out here toasting champagne and laughing to the bank. You get me?
Just do.
Yeah. What's good, bro?
To be fair, man, the Tank, that wasn't him. That was some of his friends, dog. Now, I mean, fans.
Yeah.
For the most part, I've always maintained. I don't care how big a ninja get. I believe he gonna get in that ring, and I believe he gonna handle himself very well in there. So this just further proves to me that them other fights can't be off the mat.
Right.
No matter how big they get, if he continued to fight.
Right.
Now, if this is his way out of boxing and it's going to be this fight, then Pacquiao, then nah, we won't get him. But if it's a way for him to continue to fight, then there will never be a reason for anybody outside of the match, because it mostly be the people that's outside the match and in these streets that be talking like that. To use that as a disqualifier for why a fight shouldn't be. I ain't never said that. I seen John the Beast Mugabe get in the ring at 5'5". Scratch that. Me and Ant was talking earlier today. We seen my man G Hackett get in the ring at 5'5" against heavyweights, bro. Against all weights. That make you forget them scaled all the way up to heavyweight to fight and all the way down to a certain weight to fight. So I ain't never been one proponent that proponent. I think the fight should be made because that's one of your contemporaries. That's one of the people that have been speaking about that fight and speaking about how they can win that fight. And let's make that fight. Let's see how the styles clash and see what happens. But we let the opinions and the feelings of other people who do not do anything to get inside the ring affect how we feel about those inside the ring. And that, to me, be the lamest stuff about what goes down considering these fighters. Because a lot of times people root against another fighter for no dang good reason at all.
Right. And care about legacy. He said he can't leave Calvin no more. Look, I'll speak briefly on that because I try not to overanalyze the situation because I know that'd be touchy. But I'll say this based off what we could observe publicly, or what you just know about relationships in general. Sometimes you gonna butt heads. You know what I'm saying? But them being family, without them speaking on it and saying as much, seemed like that could have potentially happened a little bit. Butted heads, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's been the same voice you've been hearing for so long. Maybe, and then maybe you shook up shit. Then maybe you got the results you got, and maybe that'll force you to go back to what you know. But I really appreciate how Calvin is able to constantly come to the forefront and say, look, man, we family. We locked in. Shit deeper than boxing. And as long as it's like that, I feel like he cool. For me, I just think Tank said this, and I could be wrong, man. It seemed like that crown just getting a bit heavy. along with things that's changing in the sport of boxing outside of his control. And you seen it and you heard it expressing that this disgust with the sport, the business, leveling with Loma retiring instead of saying, yo, he ducked me, y'all, he ain't want no smoke. He was like, man, I understand. Like, people got to really listen to these fighters, man. And you just, like, for him to say that, to me, that's like, you could be at that point too. You could be you've been fighting since 5 or 6 years old. You're 30 years old, 20 plus years in this shit, beating your body up. And we be talking about how many more fights you got left and who you should go fight and how you should do it. Nah, Tank doing it on his own terms. And I swear, if that's what he doing, I'm gonna always respect that. You got to live on your own terms, man. But as far as the corner, I think he could win with anybody. Dude, just think he got some things going on. Think he had an unexpected outcome, a foe in Lamont Roach. That shit shook things up, but I don't think there's no cause for no real concern, for real. I think it's one fight. For me, I would have to see somebody be able to duplicate that kind of success again. Like, all right, Lamont did it. Now, who else gonna do it? That's how I'm looking at that shit. Some people like, oh, Lamont did it, then nah. That's one fight, one night. Can you do what Lamont did and better? Anybody, from Shakur to Keyshawn, Teofimo, or Devin, anybody. Can anybody get in there and do what Lamont did or do it better? If so, that's what I want to see. Because I ain't giving nobody no win based on what Lamont did. I want to still see this shit, but I don't know, man. Just listening to the fighter and then the different things that you hear from people, the fighters spoke to them in private, seemed like the end could be in the near future for him. Like, I don't feel like he got 5 more fights as a fighter left. I don't. I really don't. I feel like he might have got two or less, 2, maybe 3. That's what I think. And I feel like he might get up out of here. Think about it. No matter what, somebody gonna talk shit. If he was to fight Shakur next and stop him, man, it'd be a lot of praise and credit. But somebody gonna still say, "Well, why didn't you go to 140 and fight somebody else?" I'm telling you, I can guarantee you they're gonna say, "Well, why
Bro,
didn't you
or
go
even
to
worse,
140 and fight somebody up there?"
even worse, they might start now, downgrading Shakur because of it. So you know what I'm saying? It's a no-win situation for none of these brothers. No matter what happened, no matter what they do, they never, because other brothers sit there that watch them. Never mind the work that they put in to get into that ring. They watch them and they can't wait to see them at their absolute worst or in a moment where they don't do or perform well. So, like, you know what I'm saying? If he were to fight Shakur and beat him, like you said, that just means now that they tear Shakur down. He never was as good as that. Likewise, if Shakur beats him, then see, he was never that good. That's why he never wanted to make the fight. And we don't do this with no other fighters but our own fighters. And it's crazy that we do this all the time with them.
Yeah, all the time. So I don't know. They just be tripping, man. Yeah, they mad because his moves don't line up with their narratives for sure. Tank really need a corner for Jake Paul? Probably not. No, I mean, probably not. Wing his way through it. I know it's a certain somebody that's far with no corner. I'm not gonna say no names because I don't want nobody to think I'm just out here putting information. I'm not. I know it's there's somebody that be, in the ring sparring with no damn corner, no coach, no nothing, just out there causing havoc. G tatted up. What it do, homie? What's good with it, man? Corby's Tank, he only be the guy that fought Jake Paul. I swear they'd do that. Man, I would love to see that fight. More so now than ever, though. Especially after their last performances, they both made me want to see it more in a crazy way. Because that shit, man, boxing is crazy when you see some shit happen that you didn't think was going to happen. Whether it be good or bad, that feeling is like no other. It's nothing like it. Whether it's good or bad. Your guy get his ass beat and you thought he was going to win, sitting over there feeling like shit. Your guy kicks some ass and you've been talking shit all week, you be out there with your chest poked out. Your guy getting his bell rung and clock left and right by Maidana. You an AB fan, you shrinking as the rounds go on. Like, man, this can't be life. You like, nah, this can't be life, man. Grab him and hold him, AB. Grab him and hold him, damn it. I said grab him and hold him. Telling behind the hands TV, my dog said, I'm late, bro. Been working with my Cuban accent with your Ennis out now. Yeah, man, we gonna check that joint out too, bro. We gonna because I see it.
Yo, just what you got on this O'Shaquie Foster, Stephen Fulton joint?
You said what I got on it?
Yeah, what you think about it?
Well, I think one of the best fights to be made. We're gonna see if Shock is in a race against time. Is Cool Boy all the way back to where we seen him at, right? It's questions for both of these guys to answer. I think this would be the best opponent that Shock's been in there with. I don't think, and most accomplished too. So this is a real challenge for him. And he got some shit to prove. So this ain't gonna be no goddamn, respectfully, this ain't gonna be no Conceição kind of deal. So you're gonna have to bring it. I think Cool Boy, more versatile, skillful, creative. He looked really good in his last fight against Figueroa. You know you look good when you got people questioning, like, damn, did they even fight the first time? That shit looked nothing like the first fight. And they questioned, like, Brandon Figueroa just like a shell of himself, or was Cool Boy that good? This kind of fight answers that question, right? Because Shock, regardless of what you think, he's still one of them guys, still a top world-class fighter. 50-50 type thing to me on paper. Man, that's how I see it, bro. It's really them the questions I got for on both sides. Shock, are you in the race against Father Time at all? Right? Is he in the stadium with you? Is he in the arena at this point? Is he sitting front row? Where he at? Where Father Time at? Is it anywhere in play? Well, how you gonna look against this guy? For Cool Boy, did you get all the way back where you need to get? Because he had some things going on with the NUA fight, with the loss. You know what I mean? Family turned their back on him, man. He had to bounce back in a real way. Got dropped in his comeback fight and then was able to really kind of get the beat back with the Figueroa rematch. So he looked like he in a good space. Shockey, he's had better performances, right? In his most recent joint. He's had better showing. So that's what I'm asking. Like, is those recent performances a product of, things to come, right? Like, is that peeking to the future? Are you on, downward spiral? I don't want to say downward, but you get what I'm trying to say? Like, are you on the slide right now? Because you at the age where you don't just keep getting better. It's about refining and staying consistent at the level that you used to operate at. Can you still be that guy? Get what I'm saying? Because you can't have a post drag them. You can't be having them kind of fights with certain guys. You can't have drag them out fights with Rocky Hernandez and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't go tit for tat with Conceição and beat Cool Boy to me. Like, it's just those performances are in my mind. I feel like he's better than all those dudes. So, and he could fight at all three ranges. Just what Shock gonna look like in there? You get what I'm saying? And I like him. I'm not knocking him. 50-50 fight, but I think he got more questions to answer because of the age, possibly.
Nah, that's spot on take, bro. And on top of that, man, I like how you said he can fight on all levels. I believe Fulton can likewise fight at all areas. And that Figueroa fight showed it. The first fight showed it, and the second fight showed it. I think in the first fight with Figueroa, he started off on the outside. Right. Then he worked in immediately, and then he got into the banging fight. Like, this the fight you want? I'm going to beat you at your fight. Mm-hmm. Second fight, he totally took that away. He's like, nah, I'm not going to fight your fight this time. I'm just going to do what I do to get you. I think that likewise what you said about Fulton, how people view him, I think that is off the spurn of one fight, and that's that NUA fight. Because I don't think people really value NUA for the talent that he is. So they figure like he just went over there and just pretty much sold, or he just never really was that good. But the fight after the NUA fight was what really sold me on that. He had to go through adversity to pull that off, and he did. The one thing about O'Shaquie, he literally had to go through adversity in Mexico and pull out a fight that they were about to take from him, and he did. So that dynamic is always at play between two skilled fighters who got will and got the ability to change the fight in 1 second. Right. So, I like this fight. And I think this fight right here will be a defining moment for both careers. Steph, the trajectory that he's going, like you said, to curb the trajectory that we see trending with O'Shaquie, man. I actually appreciate that take, man. That's a sound take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I'm glad that it got salvaged, right? And it wasn't scrapped. It didn't get lost in you know, the midst of the rematch being scrapped. I mean, it's a fight I think both of them could use similar reasons, but you know, you still got questions. People still got questions about Cool Boy, still got something about Shot. Bro did say Cool Boy putting on the weight so fast concerns him. That is something to think about. Weight fluctuation is real, bro. Damn, I gotta go back and look and see if I can find this video that was explaining it, and it had brought up an interesting chart showing when guys be going up or down in weight and how you'll see guys get knocked out for the first time or dropped, something like that. You didn't get what I'm saying? Even buzz sometimes, like you see it when they be going either up or down in weight. So that's always a possibility, man. I think stylistically, though, this fight should be fun. It should be really fun, y'all. I really think so. Shot can't be Cool Boy. You're going to have to stop reminiscing about sparring sessions with Shakur. Yeah, you're going to have to cut it out. But he said after that fight, he did mention, and shout out to my guy Najee, Cigar Talk, he did mention that he about pressing that button. He sound like he really want that fight. So I want to see. I ain't even gonna lie, I want to see them scrap. I mean, I ain't got a dog in the race with Cool Boy and Shot because I like them both. I've been watching Cool Boy. I've been watching his come up. I've been said it. I remember when he was like 7-8-0, Cool Boy. And I was saying, like, yo, this dude gonna be a future world champion. It's always dope when you see him do it. Then he lost and then bounced back again, bro. Like, I love that shit. I'm telling you, everybody love rooting for somebody that's undefeated or a winner. But it's different when you lose. You really get to see who like you as a fighter, who really rock with you, who really believe in you, right? And that's what Cool Boy got to see, right? How the boxing world perceived him. People trashed him for the NUA loss. And them just like, I'm still rocking with him. And then his own people changed on him. His own mom switched up on. I was like, bro, man, I got so much shit with Cool Boy that made me rock with him because I could relate to shit. I'm telling you, your own people turning their back. And here he is. I wonder how people feel that they probably counted him out too soon. And he is, man, in a fight that's meaningful, that makes sense, that he really could shine in, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. I want to see who gonna be better prepared to take this win, because the winner going to a better fight, bigger fight possibly.
I say, man, this may be the dark horse for fight of the year. But I like Shot, and and the fight that made me really start fucking with him was the one where he was down. And he knocked nobody out in the 12th round. That fight right there showed me Shot's heart, his will.
Yeah. And you talking about Hernandez.
Yeah, exactly. And then Cool Boy, the fight that made me fuck with him was what's his name? The Mexican dude that he fought the first time.
Conceição.
Yeah. And
yeah, Mike Kirkland. He did. He showed me he showed what he was worth, in that fight. But yeah, them fights, that fight shit showed me a lot of his character, bro. He could have packed it in mentally, could have been ready to quit, pouted, lost focus, anything. He knew they was about to cheat him on the car, and he stopped Rocky. Conceição, he made a conscious decision to box, and it backfired. I think they kind of penalized him for showing that he could box. Yeah, and that was weird. It's crazy because I felt like the first fight was more convincing than the second one. The second one was the one they gave him. I was like, wow, boxing is crazy. But yeah, he showed me a lot.
But I will say, the only way I think Shot can win this fight is if he catch Cool Boy, and knock him out. Because when it comes to boxing and the endurance to go all 12. Steph got that more than Shot. And what I feel is that they waited Shot out because they could have had great fights going at that 126, 130 range maybe 2-3 years ago and really got it jumping, but they never did because imagine if Shot would have fought Garcia and then instead of Garcia moving up to fight Tank and getting knocked out and never being the same again.
Right.
Because Garcia was nice before that fight. And even in the Tank fight, he showed like he can box. Mm-hmm. He can take a shot. And if I think if he never would have fought that fight, Garcia could have undisputed at dang on at 130, but he took that fight, and I've never been the same since. And then Cool Boy got everything to prove in this fight because, like you're saying, everybody just threw him to the side as soon as they seen that knockout. But
right,
they don't realize that, like, in a way, it really, really got skill. Like, when you just watch his fights, just watch how easily he throw the punch, the timing of the punch, and he don't mind getting in there and going at it with him. Because even if he get dropped, he believe in himself to get up. I think that's the major build up. If the major build up is for the winner of this to get a few belts and then try to fight with Inoue, but hopefully, after this Jake Paul fight, Tank try to make that money fight with Inoue at 130. I'd love to see that.
Tank it anyway.
At 130, because Tank can still make 130, no problem. The only reason Tank missed weight back in the day is because he was drinking. And if you go look at that old Tank videos versus when he stopped drinking, you can see how his face got the swellenness and the extra water that was on him came out of it.
Right.
But that's his next money fight if he wants one. I don't think he's gonna end up fighting Shakur. I don't think he's gonna fight T.O. or Devin. I think that he's ready. He said it. He ready to stop because he getting to that point in his life where he's trying to become a more peaceful person. And I think everybody goes through that, especially when you get from the age of like 27 to 30. In that age range, you're really trying to find yourself and who do you want to be as the man going forward. Because in your 20s, you still got some childish ways about you, but you realize that I need to start taking steps to progress forward, not only financially, but mentally and family-wise. And I think that's where Tank's at in his life, and he's trying to get the money and get out of there.
I'm retired to getting that big bag. Yeah, Mike Kirkland. I'm telling you, Jake and Manny, he out. I'm just a little something I could see happening out of all the stuff that's been thrown out there. On the hands, what's good with it, bro?
Man, what's up, bro? I just see y'all in there putting the words together, man. I got a chance to, be around both of these men, man, and I got a chance to see. Well, I got a chance to see Cool Boy work minimally, but he wasn't really putting much work in. He was just, I guess, visiting. But L-Dub put in the chat, you know what I'm saying, and what he just said is a fact. That dude be walking around every bit of 165 pounds. That's the only thing that concerns me with him fighting somebody like Shock, who's quite comfortable at where he at 130. He don't fluctuate very tough with his weight. He doesn't get very big at all, and just being in even just around, I just want to see how does he acclimate himself to coming down on weight, but stopping at 130. I don't know if it does anything different to his ability, speed, timing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a great fight. I forgot who just said it. It could be a sleeper for a fight of the year. I think it could be. Because I think both of them are game when it comes down to no, I got to take this. They both kind of do that. But I don't see one of them, submitting to the other one and just like letting it go. I don't see the one letting it go. I see both of them trying to go all the way out to the end, or at least to somebody get stopped. But I just think it's a good fight. I just want Steph to not go so balloon up so much in weight. So it ain't for my sake, but I want to see a real competitive fight. And if he's not having to come down from that like LW is the number 165 type of weight, you know, that's dropping 35 plus pounds in order to make weight. That's crazy, but it's true. I've seen it. I even told somebody before, man, he looked like a college running back. He was huge. You know what I'm saying? But then again, you know, he do it so often. When does it not work? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, is this the time that it backfired? Them bad habits. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that goes for both of them.
Yeah,
you know, you know what I'm speaking on, but you know, when does the, you know, when does your habits backfire? You know what I'm saying? You know, so you know, I think, and I'm not gonna say Cool is at that point exactly, but I know Shock every fight is living on borrowed time, in my opinion, because the moment they can get that belt out of your hand, you are now Gary Russell Jr. You know what I'm saying? To where you're not gonna get a chance no more. They're not gonna let you invite you to the dance no more. You know, you're gonna have to stay out. You know what I'm saying? And those guys like that are typically pretty dangerous, and they don't want them with titles no way. You know what I'm saying? But you know, all in all, I think it's a great fight that it should happen with, you know, with or without the cancellation of the main event. It in itself is a main event to me. So you know what I'm saying? You know, they could pull that off on, you know, any kind of direction.
Right. Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be a great fight too, man. It's dope, man. Dope when guys get when we get the right fights, bro. You got two real ones, bro. That shit. Two guys that know all about winning, have taken a loss, don't want to lose again. Very competitive. My cousin told me about Cool Boy and how competitive he was as an amateur. Said, you know, it was a tournament they was in. And then, you know, Cool Boy, I don't know, he medaled, but he didn't win it. And he said he got back in that locker room. He said, dude broke down. He threw that medal. He's there like, bro, he wasn't happy with no second place, no none of that. He was like, bro, I'm tired of losing. He said he seen him by the next time he seen Cool Boy competing again. He said he was like a much different fighter. He said, yo, he said that man, that shit turned him up. Some guys do not like to lose. And
this might be another odd observation, bro, but I really like this fight, and y'all have to excuse me for being so blatant or straight up with it, but two Black Americans, I always want to see it for whatever reason. I always want to see it. That'll always get my attention. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then these are two of the more elite Black American fighters, and it's not like a race thing and nothing, but very rarely I'm not interested in this type of combination of a fight.
Two real ones, man.
Two real ones, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what make it go.
They earned their respect. They got the respect of the boxing community, both fighters. And it's one of those ones where it ain't a lot of weird ass narratives coming from me, right? Because it's just the respect that both fighters garner is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just people we could focus on just what the fight gonna look like. And that's what I love. So you got two real ones. May the best man win. I don't have a dog because I like them both, man. So I could just see scenarios where they both win, but Cool Boy is battle tested, man. That dude done took several O's, man. He been fighting, been challenging himself since like second, third fight out. 3 fights in, fighting guys like Josh Greer, shit like that. So he's been around, man. So I forget how many he got. 7, 8 of them joints, some undefeated fighters on his resume. Got some quality ones too, not just undefeated. But
you know, it's another good angle. Another good angle to this fight, bro, is in the coach's corner. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm sure it's gonna be Bozy working with Cool. Am I wrong or what?
Is it Bozy? I think so.
You know, you're gonna have. I think you have Bozy versus Bobby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
That's gonna be pretty dope to see as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I know Shock been with Bobby for a long time, so you know what I'm saying. Right. That just makes for an even more interesting look at the fight in the coach's aspect.
Battle of the minds, man.
Yeah,
that shit matters, especially at this level.
I remember asking Bobby, you know, when the first time he ran across Shock, and he told me first time he ever seen him was he was 8 years old. And he knew that at 8, watching this kid at 8, he was special. I'm like, man, how you know an 8-year-old is special? He was like, man, the other kids wasn't fainting and nothing like that. This guy doing foot feints and all kind of stuff at 8. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Yeah, so he kind of always had an idea that he was gonna be kind of in the ballpark of what he is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I really look forward to that one, man. That'll be a real classic fight.
Right. Shout out to my brother Mike Kirkland. He said respect to Fulton for the monster fight. He said he tried way more than Charles did. He did. He definitely tried, but you know what? I always say this, and I never want to change nobody's mind because I understand. When I first looked at it, that's how I looked at Charlo too. For me, I started to think a little bit deeper. Like, did he really just lay down? And I'm like, I just don't think he did. I think he got a little rocked to sleep a little bit with the opportunity. I think he got a little lax because of the financial gain that was coming from that fight. My bro up here, he said he had camp at the crib. That's never a good thing. A layoff, injury, jumping weight classes. Like the more you look, the deck is just stacked against him. And who is he training with? This is Derrick James, who's tweaked his style from being more of a pure boxer to this boxer puncher guy that's always talking about knocking people out. Like the dude said out his mouth, he probably hit harder than Canelo. Once he said that, I knew that he was thinking all wrong going into that fight. I'm like, bro, I get it, but I don't know how you could make yourself believe that. So it was just a lot. His mentality was tweaked too much at that point. So when you get in there, what was separating Charlo, and this is just my opinion, what separated Charlo at 54, yeah, he had boxing ability, but if the fight was close, his power would bail him out. I don't think that was the case. That shit was absent against Canelo. So the same shit that you normally hit guys with, keep them honest, back them up off, you get their respect. It was the complete opposite for Canelo. No matter what you threw, he just walked right through it. And I think that shit chipped away at his confidence. And round by round, it just looked as if he wasn't trying. But I just don't think he was willing to get knocked out. I think he was mentally defeated. I do. That's the first time. Come on, man. Charlo knew he was losing. And we knew it. We knew it. And there's nothing you could do about it. So I think that's tough, man. Boxing is crazy. Like once that fight start and it's a separation and the action and what's going on, maybe skill level, execution, it's nothing you can do. You got to see that shit through. And I think for me, the only thing I can say is maybe he wasn't willing to go out on his shield, but I definitely think he tried. I just think the shit that he tried, none of it was working. And even when he got in good shots, Canelo was like, all right, that's all you got, bro. That's not, you not a 68-pounder, and I'm about to show you. And it was one of them, like, he was from the outside looking in, talking that, yeah, I could beat Canelo, man. He's slow. He get tired. Then you get in there and you like, hold on, man. Damn. I thought it was a little bit different. And I think, Charlo just F around and he found out all in one night. That shit just was more than he bit off more than he could chew.
Sitting off camera talking to Yo Ennis the other day and asking him, because, he's a person who was a Canelo sparring partner before. Mm-hmm. And he said it wasn't even realistic. I got to say this the right way. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The dude, you could tell he been on his body is he defined it as being like a rock. And I'm like, what you mean? Like when he hit you, like, when he hit you and when you hit him, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, he that solid as in his physique. He's like, yeah, bro, it don't make sense. Mm-hmm. He said, when I was 22, I didn't understand it. And I questioned myself. That's what he told me. He questioned himself after sparring Canelo. That's like crazy. He didn't know if it was him or what. Like, I'm hitting this dude and he hitting him with everything and he just catching it on the gloves and on the elbows and just staring at him. Just imagine dude just staring you in your eyes and you sitting there throwing everything at him. And he just sitting there looking at you.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you adding that insight because see, that's real. Like that kind of maybe that explained what Charlo was seeing.
Man, I know it is. I know it is.
Like, yo, this shit ain't working. And you in your mind, you like, bro, I don't got no B and C. That shit sound cool when you just saying it out loud. But bro, what do I do?
No, that shit sound cool. That shit sound cool from the couch. You know what I'm saying?
But I can't hurt this guy. What the hell?
But when you do now? He was telling me, you know what I'm saying? He spent like a week in there with him, and every day he was just confused on why it was doing nothing to him. You know, and
I ain't
Yo
gonna
Ennis
lie,
tell
that
us
shit sound crazy as hell, don't it? Like,
Yo Ennis never been a pillow fisted puncher ever.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
And it's a young, athletic 22-year-old coming from Cuba and ready to, do his thing. And he was like, man, it wasn't doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't no major fight under the lights to where you get a chance to see him fall apart. Maybe in the gym in his mind, he was like, man, what the hell am I doing in here? You know what I'm saying? But,
Right.
you put somebody like Charlo in there that discovers this under the lights. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's going to look like that.
It's going, and that's what I thought really like what happened with it, because I know it really looked like his effort wasn't there, but I think his couple of efforts was in vain.
He tried.
He tried some shit, and
he checked the temperature. It was way too hot.
You get
and
me?
he's just like, I'm not about to just burn myself in here.
Yeah, he like, yo, nothing I throw is stopping this dude from coming forward. And then on top of that, he throwing hot shit. That's making me rethink, like, what the hell am I doing in here with this dude? So I just think he bit off more than he could chew, and the fight was a reflection of it. But it made it look like he didn't try. But I definitely think he tried, man.
I think people undervalue. And this might be a stretch for some people, the height of Canelo's acclimation to that weight. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but he supremely got comfortable being up there.
Yes.
It's not like he's still trying to figure it out, or is 168 from he is feet kicked up on the couch, comfortable up there.
Like a blown up 68, a 60 pounder. He's
moving like a 168 pounder.
Right. Facts.
That's something that you can't overlook. That when guys get up there, like in the Jamel case, you never been there before. You know what I'm saying? And he looked every bit like it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that explained what we felt like was a lack of effort or trying. I think it was like he was confusion and lost and like, oh shit. Like, you know what I mean? This was as much as a oh shit as if I ever seen. That's the only thing was missing from that performance was a oh shit out his mouth. Because I seen it on his face. He was like, damn, this shit ain't working. Like, this is not working, and I got to deal with this dude.
You saw a certain worry on his face.
Clock at certain points. Did he start looking up at the clock?
Yeah. He was watching the clock to see when the rounds was over.
Yes, I knew I wasn't tripping.
He was trying to get up out of there.
Yes, he was like, bro, I gotta get the hell out this dude, man. You know what I mean? Because if we keep going, this dude might mess around and knock me out, bro. And I ain't trying to get knocked out.
I think it was on his mind that he eventually was gonna get clipped after that, especially after that first one where the punch itself didn't even set him down. I think the after effect of another one like that can come made him have to take a knee.
Yeah, he took that knee. Business decision. He was like, hold on. I don't need another one of them. Hold on, give me a couple seconds. Then I'm gonna just box my way through it. And it's crazy because it seemed like maybe I'm wrong, but it seemed like the way Ronnie Shields had him fighting would have been better equipped for that fight.
Well, that's why I think we initially wanted Jamal in that fight, because we knew a prime Jamal was more prepared for the type of fight that's needed. I mean, a guy literally doing everything off the jab against Canelo might beat him. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just didn't see that with Jamel. You know, Jamel kind of got used to being some I'm a knockout artist, baby, and really he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? You know, it just didn't boil out to be the right way, man.
Right.
I should see my man doing yoga and Pilates in the yard.
Maul was sturdy as well. Got that heavy jab. Man, yo, that was a missed opportunity too. But hey, and we got the great Budrick, man. Scalp his ass, bro. Scalp him.
But you know what? That's what makes the fight so interesting, because Bud Crawford is not just passed all the tests; he's exceeded with flying colors. Right. You know, I don't even care if anybody's talking about the 154. Oh, he didn't knock a guy out. Well, let me see you go from 47 as a champion to go fight the 54 champion without a tune-up, without getting acclimated to the weight, without doing any of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'd say that thus far, he's passed a lot of tests with flying colors. And I don't think we got a ceiling on Bud yet. And I think that's what the worry is for a lot of people, that in this fight, we could potentially see the ceiling for Bud. You know what I'm saying? Potentially. But if we don't, the man is the greatest of his era. I mean, you don't beat him, and then it's just like, no. You beat him, you put yourself in very rare company.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Hell yeah, you do.
Because with a win over Canelo, you start talking about Floyd Mayweather, you start talking about the Sugar Rays, you start talking about the Sugar Ray Robinsons and all these guys who kind of transcended the weight class that they started off at. You know what I'm saying? He kind of enters elite company. I mean, whether you like him or you don't, you know, you got to respect the work that he laid out. And if he was to do that, that's his greatest work ever.
Right. Shout out to Mike Kirkley, but he said, I've been hit before, but I didn't want to feel that shit again. Tell him, Mike. Tell him, man. Ain't shit cool about taking no punches. What's up, baby boy? All right. Okay.
I'll say this. One thing I think that most people are forgetting with Bud is, because they're so focused on how's he gonna gain the weight and how's he gonna hold it. But I think people forget that,
Did you say how's he gonna gain the weight? He's 190 pounds.
No. I'm not saying how's he gonna gain the weight. I'm saying people question, is the weight gonna slow him down? Is the weight gonna
I got you. How does he look with the weight on him?
Right. Now, but my thing is, I think people forgetting, that's more of his natural weight, less cutting into the muscle. But then I don't think people realize how wrestlers they cut weight. And even though Bud's a boxer and he's boxing now, but he got that in his repertoire to where he understands how to cut weight and gain weight positively to the body more than just your average boxer, because now he got from what he learned from another sport where they're cutting and gaining weight every week, maybe. And I'm talking about, I've seen where a fighter at 130, a wrestler at 132, he wrestled at 132 on that Tuesday. Come that Thursday, he done had to go up to 140, 142, and they know how to pick up weight in the right way, man. And I think that's gonna show in this fight, because people think he's gonna be sluggish, but I don't. I think he's gonna come in probably about maybe at most 165. Hopefully he sticks at in that range, and just watch what he does, because and I think the most important strength to have is the core strength, and Bud got it. And me personally, I don't see Canelo getting knocked out, but what Bud does great is his power jab. And if you put that power jab on the tip of his nose all night long, what you think gonna happen? That little thing gonna crack. And that's what he's trying to do.
Right, man. Right. Facts. Before the fight was made, walking around 180. Yeah, man. Crawford strong as hell, man. Damn, he country strong, man. I just know not to bet against it, man. I feel like if anybody that could pull off some wild stuff here, he one of them guys. He cut from that cloth, man.
You can go down any street in Cincinnati, Philly, New York, and them niggas gonna know how to throw a 1-2. Bop, 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 quick.
You should have finished it, dog. He showed that love to Texas.
Nah, I got you.
You can go down any street in Cincinnati, Philly, New York, and them niggas gonna know how to throw a 1-2. Bop, 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 quick. Bop, 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 bop. Because boxing was bred in they city. You go to motherfucking Miami, you go to California, you go to Texas, them niggas gonna burn you. Them niggas just naturally fast. The fastest motherfuckers come from Texas, California, and Florida.
Texas, shout out to Texas, man. Crawford, man, that's a smart guy. See the dude in the back, or he was talking. That's the dude that he had coached through the cold bath. Salt of the earth, man. I'm telling you, man. So I just was disappointed to see how they was dragging his name. I'm glad that stuff calmed down. Finally, now we can just enjoy the boxing, bro. They can shut up a little bit and just let that man be great.
Man, what you think about the Canelo tactic of this is what they saying. The man ain't never really been dropped because he ride horses. And it increases his core of his legs before he goes to the gym to do his workout.
Yeah, that sound wild as hell to me, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I ride horses, bro. You get off a horse, you burnt out.
You're burnt.
Yeah, cut your legs and everything, right? It's like a workout.
Yes, your legs is burning.
Yeah, so you telling me he do that, and then, man, sound like, and this is coming from a guy that had knee problems, right?
Right.
Man, it's just, I ain't gonna lie, it don't sound right to me. Sound like you got some help.
Sound like a cover up, dog.
That's all. Sound like you got some help or some shit. It really do. Because you don't just get younger in boxing. That's one of the most frustrating aspects about this sport. Hearing it like somebody trying to sell it to me. You're not about to sell me that a guy that's been boxing actively since he was 15 years old, never took no crazy, like, extended period of time off to deal with those issues, has found a way to turn back the clock several years without any significant time off. That shit just not possible for something that is physically, mentally, emotionally demanding as boxing. I refuse to believe that. That's why I hate the term, he revisited the fountain of youth. I swear every time I hear it, I wish I could just put a boxing glove on and punch somebody in their stomach. Straight in the stomach, bro. Just for saying that, because just say what you should say. Don't say that, because I don't believe in revisiting the fountain of youth, getting younger. I mean, what is he, Benjamin Button? So he getting younger in boxing, huh?
Bro, I grew up riding horses and being around ranches and things of that nature. But I was also a pretty solid football player. Never in my life have I ridden horses before I go practicing football. Right. Never. It's just a stupid idea. You know what I'm saying? But if he got that kind of unbelievable strength mixed with what you call it, the Benjamin Button.
Yeah,
it don't even. That's crazy. That's if he really doing that, that's crazy.
Come on, man. That's all, and he'd be one of many, one of a kind, cut from a cloth all by itself. Come on, man. This shit is boxing, man. You don't get younger, you get older. This is a sport where you could be 30 and really look 40. This is one of them sports. You see people hit 29, you start seeing slippage. This is one of them. Yeah. Now here you are, 35, 36, whatever you were, 34, 35, and you revisiting fountains of youth and 70 fights, and nah.
Take the knee brace off. He good.
Yeah, no knee brace. Now you don't got problems with the elbows no more. What the hell? Just what the hell is going on? All right, I'm gonna park it there, man. Shout out to everybody. I appreciate y'all pulling up on this B-Day stream. It's my baby girl's 16th birthday, man. 16 going on 26. Y'all know how that go.
Hey, bro, I just want to throw this in here real quick, man.
Sure.
Yo, Witness Tellers does not speak English, so I got American voiceovers on the interview.
Gosh, that's dope. That's dope, though, man.
Yeah, English voiceover on the interview. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't want nobody struggling reading subtitles and all that. So I just got a cool translation on it.
Julio Cesar Chavez, he a legend. Respect. But shout out to my bro behind the hands and my guy Will's rolling, man. Appreciate y'all popping up. Shout out to everybody that helped me, wish my baby girl a happy birthday. Appreciate you, Mike Kirkland, man. Another dope build in the books. We'll be back tomorrow, Friday, to close out the week, man. Y'all know it, man. So Enjoy the rest of this good Thursday fight, family, man. And we're going to be back to cook some more, man. I know how we do. So, dang. What is this? So we're going to see what they crying about tomorrow, man. Is what is going to be day 3 of the Tanking Maniacs crashing out on Twitter and X and everywhere else. These dudes been losing their minds over this shit, bro. Crazy. I've seen people that I've never seen like curse people out. They getting into arguments, people kicking dudes on panels, going stream to stream, arguing. I'm like, that y'all doing all this arguing. I think y'all got some misplaced anger. Y'all need to direct it to your favorite fighter, man. He said, man, hell with that, I'm getting that money young. So y'all got to be mad at Tank on this one. I ain't gonna hold you. But
I don't believe that anybody's a hater because they predicted that he would do that. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Right. Yeah. And big shout out to the homie Big Dog Willie.
Big Dog Willie.
The whole way through, man. So yeah, I feel you, Shava. I'm with you, Queen. But again, y'all, much love to the family. Happy birthday to the baby girl. We're gonna go enjoy the rest of this day. And we be back tomorrow, y'all.
About to get some clenbuterol tacos.
You know it. Shout out to my guys and peace to the fam, man. We out.
Say just.
All right, bro. Peace.
Representing Brick City, Shakur.
Finding those levels too. Look at that 4-punch combination. It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meeting him with a straight left hand.
Oh, and there's a knockdown score with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Just Due.